Hello. It works. Good. Good. Hold on, I can't hear anybody. This is going perfectly. I think I know what happened. Hold on. There! Ah. Hello. Well, for some reason, the sound is coming out of the TV instead of the headphones that I plugged in. It should be fine because it's not coming through on it looks like it's not coming through on Discord when you guys talk, so who knows, this may be a super scuffed episode. Truthfully, it'd be a bit off brand for us to have a normal episode. Alright, well, whenever y'all are ready. Well then, we're not started yet. We're in the intro. Hold on, intro song's playing. Intro song's playing. They can't hear us right now. You gotta let the entrance music play.
Hey, if y'all read,
Hey, this is Mitchell. I'm interrupting Aaron's bit. It's a bad bit. I don't want to do it.
No! I thought it was a great bit. I thought it was an incredible bit.
It's like, no, Aaron, we didn't read your Sonic Shadow fanfiction that you posted in the chat. Okay, question answered. Moving on.
Well, so it goes, I guess. Maybe next time.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I applaud you, Mitchell, for getting rid of the cancerous bit.
Hey, I I like the part where Shadow started shadowing all over the place. Crazy.
Whoa!
In context of the joke, that's really vile and gross, honestly.
It was actually quite revolting.
I don't know what you're talking about. I love it when shadows all over the place.
It's even worse when you know a little bit about hedgehogs.
Oh no.
And how they froth their poop and rub it all over themselves.
Okay,
Oh, that's incredible.
I didn't need to know.
Oh,
that.
nice. Well, I mean, that is in the fanfic, so there you go.
Oh god.
No.
Yeah.
What's the thing about prophecy and how in attempting to avoid prophecy we end up going right into it?
You'll never escape.
From crossing fate. Oh no.
Well, it's first episode in a while that we've had everybody.
Yay.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Good stuff.
Once in a
right.
lifetime event. Only happens once every, I don't know, 3 months.
69 years.
Yep.
Yes.
It's like
Once
how
every
we count
16. Spot on.
Once every 420 days.
That's probably accurate, honestly.
Yeah. Anyway, did we want to get started with Jordan since he has a little less time?
A little less time than everybody.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not? We can go ahead and get started.
Yeah, we can do Jordan's bit, or we could do guess the main character real quick.
Actually,
boy.
no. I think we have to.
We have to.
We have to.
Take it away.
We're obligated. We're
Oh, we got to
obligated
guess
for
the
the
main
for the guess the main
Let
character.
me got it. Guess the main character. All right. So, as you probably know, I've been playing a lot of Freedom Wars. So it's time to play Guess the Main Character.
Whoa!
Oh no, that's impossible.
Oh my
All
god.
right.
Utterly impossible.
Let me see. Hold on.
Why is
I'm
why
gonna,
are-
I'm gonna
why
go.
is the-
I'm gonna go
Oh,
out on a
dear
limb and assume
Lord.
it's the guy on the left. It's got to be
Dear
the guy on the
Lord.
left with the blonde hair and the headphones.
Wait, hold
I'm
on.
calling it now.
Let me see if I can get this on the stream for everybody to see, for our wonderful audience to see. Well, what happened? It is tilting. It is rotating into the screen.
It's rotating? How do you do
Rotating
that?
onto the
Okay.
stream. The window, the Discord window is rotating onto the stream. There we go. Hold on. Everybody, you're gonna have to look at this cockeyed, but it's there. So, which of these is the main character? I'm gonna guess the guy on immediately on the left with the headphones. His eyes look a little me-verse to it, to be a main
Yeah,
character.
that's what I was saying.
Or to be not a created character.
I'd agree. I'm locking that in. I'm bandwagoning on everybody
Mhm,
else.
mhm, mhm.
But man,
Alright.
we got some top contenders.
They really
Front
are.
left. All right, guy on the front left.
Yes.
Yeah.
This
All
guy.
right, you got that one. Everyone is correct.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Hey.
Yeah, that one was fairly easy. I tried to make it a little more difficult.
There we go. This guy. This
Okay.
guy.
I mean,
Because
In-
this is what
in
my
your-
character normally looks like.
oh, nice.
So I tried to give him like a white cover to try and throw y'all off.
Ah. It was
did not
clever.
work.
It was clever.
It
Yeah,
almost-
unfortunately, there's just not a lot of good. There wasn't any good screenshot with like a whole bunch of random NPCs. So
Yeah. I don't know. They all still look the exact same, so I think you're
Yeah.
good there.
Yes. Yes.
I was hoping the business lady in front would throw y'all off.
What do you mean? We got
A little bit.
Green Jacket. We got Big Jack in the back. In the back left, right behind you. Green Jacket. He's kind of stylish. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, so that's another game of guess the main character. Good job, everyone. All right, Jordan, take it away.
Truly honored. Amazing. Incredible. Cool. Oh, I see the second one that you got. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, the second picture really kind of makes you stand out a bit more.
Makes it a little more obvious.
Yeah.
I was trying to be a little tricky. It didn't work very well.
Mm.
You saw through my deception.
Well, maybe next time.
Alas.
Maybe next time. There's plenty of opportunities.
Not really. I'm kind of running out. I think we're up to God Eater 3 now, and that's the last one I know of that might have a good. We're running out of bootleg Monster Hunter games.
Oh no. Well, There's always Monster Hunter World, the actual one, the real deal, or Wild, I guess.
I feel like that wouldn't be pretty easy to spot the main character.
You never know. Who
It's
knows?
the one with the fanciest armor. It's gonna be pretty easy.
What? That's crazy. All right. I guess since I missed last time, I got a couple of things to go over that I've done recently. Um, we'll start with watched. I'll start with what I watched, and you're never gonna believe this, y'all, but I actually watched things this time. Like
Yeah.
more than like one or two things this time. I know, crazy,
Oh my
unheard
gosh.
of, but let's dive right in to the pinnacle of cinema and the movie that I expect to be winning all the Academy Awards next year. Made a load of money at the box office and was incredible to a lot of people. I am, of course, talking about movie of the year, Absolute Cinema, a Minecraft movie by.
Oh.
Ah,
Yeah.
I had. I'll just say my reaction to the movie when I was watching it. Like halfway through the movie, I was like, "This feels a lot like Napoleon Dynamite in a lot of ways." I was like, "It's a little off. The humor is kind of in that same area, same sector." And what do you know? Once I finished the movie, I looked up who the director was. What do you know? Same
Same
guy.
director.
Same directors, Napoleon Dynamite. I was like, that explains so much about this movie. It explains so much. That's why they're in Idaho. That's why they're all these llamas. It's why that humor is that like awkward kind of like weird humor, but you know, Minecraft movie. We'll keep it short and sweet. It was okay. I went in with zero expectations and I was impressed. I was like, wow, that is definitely a movie.
What an endorsement.
It was definitely a movie. I giggled at some points. I was like, this
One
is
of the
funny.
movies of all time. Did
It
you
is definitely-
freak out when he said chicken jockey?
I did not freak out, but
Damn it.
unfortunately, it
You didn't
worked.
throw your popcorn ever. You didn't bring the live chicken into the theater.
I didn't. I did not blow. I did not proceed to blow up the theater after Jack Black said "chicken jockey" in the
Rip.
theater. Yeah, I did not get thrown out of my theater. It was actually pretty
Kinda
low key,
cringe.
honestly. Wait, what? Doing it is cringe or not doing it is
No,
cringe?
not doing it. Not doing it. Kind of cringe.
You know, honestly, I'd rather be kind of. I might be cringe, but I'm free. You know,
Not giving into peer pressure is a not giving into peer pressure. Pretty cringe, Jordan.
I know, right? How
dare you be
That's
afraid
what
of
I'm
anger.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
How dare I? Truly.
Truly. The audacity.
Yeah. I just walked into the movie and wasn't really feeling like throwing my $18 popcorn across it. You know.
You know what? That's the best reason not to waste popcorn.
But yeah, Minecraft movie. I was, you know, it was a movie. It was fine. It was whatever. Yeah. Would I watch it again? Probably not. But I'm happy for Gen Alpha that they have their Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm happy that they have their movie that they're going to be quoting endlessly for the next couple of decades.
Something magma poultry.
La 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 lava. Chicken. Yeah. Steve's lava chicken. It is indeed crazy as hell. Yeah. Jack Black was just kind of Jack Black and all over the place. I'm running out of things to talk about for this movie, so I'm just gonna leave it.
All
at
right.
that.
Well, that was the Minecraft movie, everyone.
That was
That's
the
time to
Minecraft movie.
Move
It
on
was
along.
fine. It was fine. That's the thing. That's honestly the problem. All right. The next movie that I watched about a month ago now. I went and saw Sinners. Sinners,
Oh, so good.
good movie. I really liked the movie. Really liked a lot of things about the movie. I thought Michael B. Jordan did a very good job. Soundtrack also banging in the movie.
Slap.
So
So good.
yeah, shout out Ryan Coogler. That was a good flick. I really enjoyed it.
Very good. I think Coogler's like one of the best directors in Hollywood. Probably. I don't. He hasn't had a miss.
At least right now. Yeah, he's.
Oh.
definitely.
I saw Sinners twice. I saw it once with my girlfriend and another time with my family, and
Mm,
both groups loved it.
yeah, you're better than me. I'm very much a one and done type of movie person, and I was actually thinking of seeing it again, but I was like, I'll just wait. Well, I wanted to see it in IMAX, but by the time I was going to see it in IMAX, it was out of IMAX at that time. So I was like, well,
Damn.
too late, too bad, so sad. Who knows? Maybe they'll put it back in theaters at some point. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, good movie. I really enjoyed that one. Yeah. What else is there to say about this movie that hasn't already been said by people who are much better, more eloquent with their words? Uh, yeah, it's like From Dusk Till Dawn, but vampires. Well, no. It's like From Dusk Till Dawn, but like in Mississippi in the 1930s. My bad. Am I dumb? Am I stupid? guys, it's like the vampire movie, but with vampires.
With vampires. It's more vampire. Too vampire, too furious.
Two vampire, two dusk, two dawn. Okay. Yeah, let's yeah, cool. I'm just gonna move on from that. Yeah, Sinner's good. Haven't seen it, go see it. It's nice. Good one. I then decided to get back on my MCU BS. And gang, I saw Thunderbolts.
Go same seas.
Thunderbolts. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be real with you. Every movie I've seen, except the Minecraft movie, kind of was kidding.
Yeah.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
2 out of 3 ain't bad, honestly. The movies that I've seen. Yeah, Thunderbolts, very good. Florence Pugh did a very, very good job. Everybody else also did a good job, but I was like, it's an MCU movie. Everybody's doing fine in this, but it was a nice like ensemble MC movie that focused on a lot of the kind of side weirdo guys who don't have like crazy super fantastic powers. Yeah. Everybody keeps saying it's like the Suicide Squad, but for Marvel, but like kind of, but not really.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Suicide Squad had a lot more the Suicide Squad, at least to me, had a lot more heart to it, and like a lot of them were like actually bad guys. As you maybe have like a guy who kind of has, it was kind of a dick, I guess. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Thunderbolt's pretty good. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I think everybody did a pretty good job in that one. It was an MCU movie. I can't believe that. Wait, has everybody here seen Thunderbolts?
I have
No.
not.
Okay,
I have.
well,
Yeah.
you have? Okay. Aaron, were you thinking of the like towards the end of the movie? Were you thinking of that one meme and like, wow, that's an apt description of this movie? The I can send it privately, but it's
Yeah.
it's like I as I was watching the end of this movie, I was like, man, this kind of the plot of this movie can really be summed up by this like one meme specifically. And it's not like a bad thing, you know, it's still like a solid plot, but yeah, it did make me kind of laugh because, man, you know, shout out
I'm
to
not
Precious.
sure exactly which meme you're talking about. You need to send it to me so I can have a good idea.
Yeah, it's the hang on, I can send it in a sec, but yeah, it's yeah, Thunderbolts.
No, I'm sure I'll know exactly what you mean the second you send it to me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So Thunderbolts was also a movie. Better MCU movie. I'm gonna be real with you. I haven't been paying attention to the MCU too much, aside from just like
Same.
looking up synopsises and being like, oh, is it good? Oh, okay, no, cool. I'm not gonna see it. So I was
They've just been
pleasantly surprised.
releasing stinker after stinker. They've been releasing stinker after stinker. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That meme. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Aaron gets it. Aaron gets it. Cool. Yeah. That was my immediate thought as soon as I finished the movie. I'll send it to y'all if y'all don't care about spoilers and or plan on seeing it. So
I
not really.
don't care anymore about
really
MCU,
don't care.
so
okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I've gotten
Okay, cool. I'll just post it in the chat. 'Cause
Who's
it's pretty much
opportunity?
for those uninitiated, it's the okay, I'm gonna fight these demons. And damn, this trauma is way more deep rooted than I thought. That's the plot of the movie. Believe it or not. Which is funny because if you see the movie, it's like, oh yeah, wow, okay. But, yeah. I mean, it's solid. I don't think it's going to change your mind. If you're done with the MCU, I don't think it's going to change your mind as to whether or not you're done with the MCU or not. But, you know,
Yeah.
it is not a stinker compared to some of the. It's not as bad as some of the, or not as bad as like. I enjoyed this one pretty well. It was more than just an okay movie. It was a good movie.
Yeah, it was an above average movie. I think that's the
Yeah,
best way to describe
yeah,
it. It's
yeah,
definitely- Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because it's just like, yeah, because MCU's just been releasing stinker after stinker after stinker, and it's just been like, oh god, it's just like every time a new MCU movie comes out, I'm like, what score below 50 is it going to get this time?
Who's
And yeah, that's been true for like the last 5 or 6 movies they released, and so I've just been ignoring pretty much everything. But then Thunderbolts came out and actually got good reviews, and I was like, all right, I want to go see it, and I
Yeah.
did, and it was pretty good. Yeah.
That was
Is-
exactly my reaction too. Yeah. So yeah, that was nice. Pleasantly surprised. Okay, but we want to talk about stinkers. We want to talk about stinkers. Inadvertently, I unfortunately, due to social pressure, watched the Devil May Cry anime.
Oh no.
So having no experience with Devil May Cry, I thought it was okay. It was okay. Wasn't the biggest fan of some of the things. I wasn't the biggest fan of some of the like, not necessarily changes they made, but like, I'm sorry, I was not a fan of Lady. I know everybody's ragging on how they did Lady, but like, it's not great. And I kind of wasn't the biggest fan of them. Like, I don't know. It feels like Dante was kind of a side character in the anime that's supposed to be like about what's going on with him in a lot of cases.
It
A lot
feels
of
like
shit's
it feels like one of those adaptations where it's like, oh, you like the main character? No, you're wrong. You like this character now.
Yeah, but I don't like that character.
No, because they decided to write her to be one of the most insufferable people you've ever met.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great.
How could they
And
do
those
this to
last
me?
5 minutes really those last 5 minutes of the show. Which I'm assuming based on you laughing, you've seen it, Zach.
Oh my gosh, it's ooh.
Oh, is it just me then? Am I the only one who's?
I have not seen it.
I have refused to watch it, but I have seen like so many clips from it because I could not. I saw it was like a bunch of images from the anime, and it had subtitles over them, and I thought that's not real. That's way too cringe and just awful dialogue. And then someone posted underneath the actual video from the show where Lady is saying those words, and I'm like, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
And someone did a side by side of the opening of Devil May Cry 3, which is the same monologue, and how seriously it's taking itself, how well it's done, and how good Lady is performed, and then put it side by side with the Devil May Cry anime.
Man.
Oh.
See, I feel like if I was a Devil May Cry fan, I would find this to be offensive.
It is. As a minor Devil May Cry fan, it is.
Oy vey. It was okay. It was just okay. I wish I knew nothing else about it except for Wahoo Wacky Pizza
Wahoo
Man.
Wacky Pizza Man, yeah.
But like, oh, I don't know. Even then, I was just baffled at some of the decisions. Like, mainly some of the decisions Lady makes, because I'm just like, what are you doing? Have you learned nothing? We're only focusing on you for this whole show, and you're learning nothing. Okay, yeah. Cool villain though. I like the villain. I'm not gonna lie. I don't care what anybody else says. I think the villain was cool. He be scheming.
The general
until the-
consensus is that the villain, the White Rabbit's the best part of the show.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. He's cool. What else is there to say about Devil May Cry? What else am I trying to think of? You know what? Nah, I'm gonna leave that to somebody else if anybody else wants to take that up. But yeah, I unfortunately did the task of watching the Devil May Cry anime, and
We value your sacrifice.
Thank you. It is truly, this is the commitment that I do for the people. Don't ever get it twisted. Yeah. So I'm probably not gonna tune into season 2. Because yeah, it already got confirmed for season 2, so we'll see where
Of course it did.
they go with that one. Well, yeah, this Netflix. You get at least 2 seasons.
Well, yeah,
before
Netflix said, "Oh, it made $2."
We'll give you.
That gets a season 2. And
We'll give you
no
a season
more.
2. No more though. You don't make any more than that.
After
like
season
Valve, they
2, it
can't
has
count to 3.
after season 2, it has to make Stranger Things money.
And if it doesn't, it will get canceled.
You will be
Yeah.
taken out back and summarily executed.
Take it to the farm of state.
Gonna old Yeller this.
Old Yeller this series. I'm waiting for them to Old Yeller Castlevania Nocturne because I didn't hear anything about getting season 3 confirmed, and I'm so sad. I really hope they do, but they're not going to, and I'm pissed off. Dang it! Don't make Devil May Cry season 2. Keep doing Castlevanias. It's okay. Please, Netflix.
Please keep doing Castlevania. That one's fun.
Please. We got to get our Order of Ecclesia. It'd be sick. It'd be so sick.
Man, I need to actually watch Nocturne. I just don't have Netflix right now.
I liked it. I thought it was fun.
I like the Trevor Belmont that they did.
Richter takes
like-
a bit
I like-
more to get used to.
I guess so.
Yeah.
It's like I like their first series, Castlevania, so I would like Nocturne, I think.
Right on. Okay. And then the last thing I watched, I was forced to watch this by my friend who got up in arms because I had never seen this show, even though it's been around for a while. I watched season 1 of Love, Death, and Robots.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
I just never watched it when it came out initially.
Oh.
Yeah, Love, Death, and Robots season 1's pretty good. I liked some of the shorts in it. Yeah, I liked how each of them were maybe 10 minutes or less. So we were just like, oh, okay, one more, and we just ended up watching the entire first season in one night.
Oh my god. Incredible.
Yeah, good show. I liked it.
One of my favorites.
I'll need to check out the other seasons and rewatch some of the other bits, and rewatch some of my favorite ones from the first season because they were pretty good. Yeah. So that's all I got to talk about for things that I watched. Nothing too special. I did a lot more reading, I guess, over the last course of a couple of months. So I read 3 books over the last. Wait a minute. The last time that we met before this, had I finished Wind and Truth just yet?
Had you?
I don't recall.
You don't recall?
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry, I don't
No
remember.
idea.
Okay. Well, I'll just put that out there. I finished Wind and Truth, book 5 of the Stormlight Archive. Solid conclusion to the first arc of the series. I feel like it kind of dragged a bit in the middle, but
Wait, book
other than
5,
that-
we're only done with one arc?
Yes.
Huh?
It's
Yes.
10
Oh.
books. It's gonna be 10 books.
Oh,
Yes.
we're in for a long haul. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it is his big one.
and he is planning on, from what I hear, he's finishing Mistborn Era 3 before releasing book 6 in the Stormlight Archive.
Yes.
So
Yes.
probably not going to come around until like what, 2030 something, and 20.
Come on, this is Brandon Sanderson. It's gonna be out by 2026.
Well,
I mean,
well, Mitchell.
hey, the fact that you're not laughing right now shows that that's a distinct possibility with Brandon.
I mean, he'd sooner be like, "Hi guys, I actually instead of writing book 6, I wrote 5 more books." So you can subscribe to
that are
my
all integral to the
Kickstarter.
lore. So get to reading, fuckers.
Still gotta read this secret project.
Dang it! Not another good book. Ugh.
It's
Like, hey, some of us are busy. I don't have time to. Brandon writes faster than I read. I'm sorry.
I got a lot of books myself. I'm sorry. I got a lot of
I'm
my
not saying they're
backlog.
bad books. They're great. I just don't have time to read all of them.
That's it. That's it right there.
That's the
Unfortunately.
truth.
Yeah. So yeah, Wind and Truth, pretty good. I liked where some of the characters ended. I feel like it kind of dragged a bit in the middle though that might have just been how the book is structured compared to the other three or other four. um I won't say anything about any details, but uh yeah, I feel like three of the character arcs I liked. One of them I was kind of just meh on. I'll leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that. I won't say anything else.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, I still think it's a solid, worthy entry. Um, I think it's a worthy entry into the series, and I'm excited to see what happens in books 6 through 10. So, shout out Wind and Truth. That was 1,400 pages, and I took like it was like a 3 or 4 week like just break from reading because like that was 1,400
God.
pages. That was a lot, and I was
Understandable.
just like, okay, let me take a break for a second. But yeah, after that, I decided to pick up a book that's been on my shelf for a while and give it a read. So I read Brave New World by Aldous Huxley,
Ooh,
one of
classic.
two of the popular dystopian novels
Brave
from
New World's
the
great.
yeah, Brave New World, pretty good. It was a very interesting foil, I guess, to 1984. Now I don't know which one came first. I believe from what I hear, Brave New World came first,
Yes,
and
it did.
Orwell decided to kind of give his own spin on the dystopia. But yeah, it's really interesting because Orwell's in 1984 is very much based on like authoritarian, like total control, like, you know, Big Brother's always watching you. Like the thing that leads to our demise is like our fear, essentially. Our fear is just like taken advantage of and just like allows us to be controlled. This is very much like pleasure is what allows us to be controlled in a lot of ways. And you just, you know, society is built up in this really kind of messed up way where it's just like, oh yeah, everybody's basically born with every genetic like possibility that they can have, you know? So like if you are the top of the line, tippy top of society, you're going to come out basically perfect every single time. But if you are somebody who's going to be like the bottom rung, a worker, we're going to like riddle your body with ailments. Make sure that you can't like basically can't mentally think even better for yourself, like think better for yourself. So very, very interesting play on how, oh yeah, you know, we got genetics kind of down pat. Everything's kind of lined up nicely in this world, and you know, take some drugs if you want to feel better. It makes the bad feelies go away.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very interesting. It was cool. It was cool. Yeah, I'm happy that I think I read that one. Don't I think I prefer 1984 just a little bit, especially towards the end, but like it's I think it's still a very solid like I still think it's very 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 like good dystopian fiction and very much one of the, you know, one of the best that I've read, even though I've only read like a few. So, uh
Hmm.
pretty good. I really enjoyed it. It does get kind of freaky in the book, but
Mhm.
you
Oh, yeah.
know, yeah, it's pretty freaky. Pretty yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
take you through the lab where we make sure that all the children grow up the way we want them to.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's show you exactly what we do to the children to make sure that they grow up the way we want them to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's tough read at times, but very interesting. Very
Like
interesting.
Pavlov?
We'll just play the things we want them to repeat in their sleep, so we can just like, yeah.
We will
Take your girl
associate
to the movies.
all the things we don't want them to like. We will give them Pavlovian pain responses to.
Oh man, oof, yeah, yeah. I love dystopian fiction because you read something and you're just like, oh my god, oh, oh no, and it just makes you so depressed. Oh, yeah, very, very, very depressing reading a couple of those things, but
Yeah, good thing dystopian is just fiction. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It could never happen.
Yeah, that could never happen in real life, ever.
It's not as if
because-
1984 was based on any real world stuff at all, you know.
No, absolutely not.
Fine.
What? Absolutely not whatsoever.
What's a secret police? That's
Come
not
on,
real.
It's fiction. Nothing in fiction ever happens in real life.
Ever.
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 Doi.
Factual.
Except the
Duh.
dragons, those are real.
The dragons are real. That's correct.
True. Okay, cool. After Brave New World, I picked up a copy of this book from an author that I'd heard a lot of good things about. I picked up and read The Nickel Boys by an author named Colson Whitehead.
Ooh.
So The Nickel Boys, for those of y'all who don't know what it is, it's a fictional story, but kind of based in like slight reality / slight retelling. And it is about a basically young kid who gets caught. Takes place 1960s, still kind of segregated Florida. Kid finds himself at the wrong place at the wrong time, and ends up getting sent to a quote unquote reformatory school down there, which in essence is kind of a basically juvie essentially. He gets sent to like a juvenile school.
Yeah.
And so the story is basically about him living out in this like school, how the kind of things that he went through, the kind of like, even though he was about to go to college, was like gearing up ready for it, how his school, there was much more manual labor instead of like like education at that place. And so he makes a friend and he tries his best to like survive or like make it out. And so yeah, that was a good book. Very, very good book. Real tearjerker at the end, but it was a very, very very good read, but also a very kind of like another depressing read, if I'm being honest with myself. So yeah, it was and I really like the author of this. I think I might check out more of his books because honestly, this one was like good, but also real talk. This book was like 215 pages, and I'm like, perfect. He said everything he needed to say in the short amount of time. We're not sitting here 500 pages later. Barely anything has happened. Like some authors that I like. But but yeah, The Nickel Boys was nice. It was a good read. Not sure I can recommend it to everybody. It's a little little on the depressing and or I guess kind of graphic side, but it's it's a pretty solid read. And then I said it at the top of this meeting, but I have started and I am about to finish this book. I literally have less than 15 pages to go. I've been reading The Well of Ascension for the last month, I'd say.
Here
Hey.
we
Mistborn,
go.
Era 1, Book 2. Um, so yeah, so far, and I don't want to give too much of my feelings away about this because I haven't finished the book, and Brandon Sanderson is prone to like putting a bunch of things that like change the nature of the book towards the like last 50 pages of the book. So
Not
That
good.
uh
never happens.
that never happens? That
No,
never happens? Okay,
never,
all right,
never.
okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. So I really enjoyed how the Well of Ascension is very much like kind of a flip. In a way, it's kind of like a flip on the last book. I felt like the last book was very like, in my opinion, I felt like the last book had a lot of action, but there was a lot of like, there was a bit of like political intrigue as well. Like less, well, I guess less political intrigue, more like heisting, like crewing in that
Heist
sense.
crew sounds like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
Very
You
fun.
know, whereas this book is very much like way more political, like in the sense of like people like planning things out, talking about like doing things and like planning things out, talking about doing things, and like talking to folks, but in its own way that's still kind of like action in a way. And I kind of found myself really enjoying the whole like, how are we going to fix this? How are we going to solve this? Everybody here has read The Well of Ascension, right? Can I?
Yes,
Yeah.
I've read it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah. I really okay. Yeah, cool. Just wanted to make sure. I really enjoyed the whole like, hey, we got these armies outside the castle. We got these armies outside the city. What are we gonna do to stop them? What are we gonna do to stop them? And I really like, because it feels a lot like this is Ellen's book in a lot of ways. I feel like Ellen really takes a major like, yeah, this is like the major growth that we see from his character. This is him kind of like taking command of the book and like basically doing things his way. Well, not his way. Basically like becoming like a focal point of the book. That's not to say Vin does not have her own portions. She definitely does, especially in these last like 50-ish pages that I've been reading. But yeah, so should be interesting. Should be interesting to see what happens. We just saw a character that we haven't seen in quite some time show up and not be very cash money to one of the characters. So I'm kind of freaking out right now. I don't know what's gonna happen. But yeah, I think that was really cool. I do like some of the new characters that we get. I think Tindwyl, the other terrorist, the terrorist woman that shows up.
Mhm.
I didn't like her at first. I kind of grew to like her towards the end of the book. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm.
Yeah, solid fan of that. As well as just interesting kind of seeing Vin. Although I'm kind of like back and forth personally on the whole like Vin and Ellen both going, "Oh no, am I good enough for Ellen going, oh no, am I good enough for Vin? She's like super cool and awesome and stuff. Oh no. I'm just a guy who wanted to be king. Ah man, I don't know what to do." And Vin going like, "Oh no. Ellen's such a cool guy. He's such like a royal kingly person. I just wanna somebody's gotta be made for him.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Like like I was fine with it at first, but it definitely, especially towards the middle, kind of like dragged on. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
come on,
yeah.
come on,
I
come on,
get that.
talk to each other, talk to each other,
Yeah, I mean,
please.
Real
just
anime, like don't kiss until the final episode or till the movie that comes out 5 years after the anime.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's that kind of got a little
It's
exhausting.
been kind of moping around like I like being like doing cool action stuff, but I also like dancing. It's almost like I'm a three-dimensional character.
I'm like, I'm like, you can do both. What's
It's
stopping
like,
you from
girl,
doing
what's
both?
wrong?
Seriously, seriously.
But the problem is that it's kind of like just the whole book. And it's just like, Finn, please, gotta
yeah,
move on.
yeah. I definitely, and that was one of the reasons why I definitely preferred like some of Ellen's parts, because it's very much like him attempting to like get everybody to work together, him like trying to be a better king and then like failing at parts, and then like being like, okay, what do I do to fix this? So yeah. Well of Ascension so far has been pretty good. I don't know if I like it as much as the first book personally, but I think that's kind of the consensus that I hear from a lot of people.
That's kind of the consensus.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, yeah. Fair enough.
I would
fair
agree that it's still pretty good, but like it's
Yeah.
just the first book.
Yeah. I think the first book definitely like keeps
Most
things a
people's
bit more
favorite is going to
dreamy
be the first, and then number 3 is probably right after that.
from what I hear. From what I hear as well. But yeah. Well of Ascension, solid entry in the Mistborn era. I'll let you guys know my reaction once I finish these last 20 pages after after I hop off though. So stay tuned, I guess. Stay tuned. We'll see what we say. Cool. And then I guess I'll move on to what I played. I really haven't done much else these last couple of months, but and I really haven't been playing too much at all either. Um, what I will say is, last time I talked to y'all, I told y'all I was playing Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. I finished
Okay.
that a couple months ago. Solid little Metroidvania, solid game. Really
Very
enjoyed
solid.
that. I feel like the Metroidvania aspects of it. I feel like I think one critique I have was that the curve in a Metroidvania where you get like all your power sets and like there's like the points where you go from like, oh yeah, I can do like nothing to I can do kind of some things to like I am all powerful flying through this map. No one can touch me. I feel like that curve happened a little too late in the game. Like I felt like kind of mostly relying on solid platforming and like combat, which not a bad thing at all. I'm happy the combat in this game is better than in most other Metroidvanias because it's actually fun and you can do some pretty cool strings as well in the game. I didn't do any cool strings. I just defaulted to the mashing the attack button. But then I watched like a combo video. I was like, oh, I didn't realize you could do that. That's so cool. So uh yeah, Prince of Persia, pretty solid. The story is fine. It is a story. It is one of the stories of all time. But there are some cool moments. I won't lie. And yeah, the game is pretty fun. I really, if you're hankering for a solid Metroidvania, you might want to look into that. Check it out. Pretty good. And then after that, aside from just hanging around and doing other things, I recently started Pokemon Legends Arceus as I missed it when it came out a couple years ago. I don't know if y'all know this, but Pokemon Legends Arceus is kind of a good game. I'm kind of enjoying myself playing. I'm not too deep in the game, but as somebody who has been a bit burnt out on Pokemon in general for quite some time now, this is a very cool little breath of air. It's a nice, fresh breath of air in the Pokemon series, and I'm really digging it. I'm hoping that you know the game still keeps that momentum. I guess keeps the momentum. I guess. But yeah, I really enjoy catching Pokemon in the wild like that and having those battles. It's fun. But aside from like the setting and the 3D version of like the wild, it's still Pokemon. So I'm not gonna I'm not gonna praise it too much because it's kind of still the same game. But like it's got a cool, interesting mechanics now. So I'll see where the rest of that game takes me if I delve into it some more, if I have some time. But honestly, other than those, that's kind of all that's been going on with me. Uh, really haven't been getting up to too much. Yeah, that's That's about it from my end, honestly. I think I feel comfortable
Nice.
passing the baton over to Aaron, if you don't mind, taking us away with everything you've been doing these last couple of months.
Sure thing. Wow. Ah, okie dokie. I have been up to quite a bit. Oh, I have quite a bit to talk about. So first off, I'll go ahead and start with what I watched. Uh, one sec. So I met up with my friend Sloan, and we watched Lost Highway, which is a certified what's his face? Oh my god, why did I suddenly forget his name? The guy who did Twin Peaks. What's his name? Oh, what the heck? I suddenly my
David
brain just
Lynch?
blanked.
There
Thank
it
you.
is.
Yes, it's a
I was
certified David Lynch classic.
I was gonna say David
Lost
Cage,
Highway.
but I was like, that's not right. That's not right at all.
But yeah, so I watched Lost Highway with Sloan, and that was a really good movie. I actually really like Lost Highway. So it was a ton of fun. Definitely not his best, I don't think. But still pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Um, Next, I have been watching Yellow Jackets with my girlfriend, um, which has been pretty good. We're on the new season because we've kind of been keeping up with it together for like a year now. We watched the last season, and then the new season just came out, so we've been slowly working our way through that. And yeah, Yellow Jackets, lots of fun. It's fun to watch girls fight and eat each other, and then jump to the present where they're like, "Damn, we fought and ate each other a little too hard, and now spooky ghosts and stuff are haunting us." Um, that's a really good show. Um, Next, the incredibly popular show, um, Severance.
Ah.
Yeah, the big one, the one that everyone's talking about. I started watching it, I think, like 2 days ago. I started watching the second season. I watched the first season a billion years ago, but I'm watching the second season now. I just finished episode two, I think. Episode two, yes. So just finished episode two. Really good so far. I'm digging it. I know a lot of people were kind of left a little frustrated by like too many mysteries. They're doing the J.J. Abrams mystery box thing, but I don't know. I'm digging it so far. Um, and I don't know. I fully expect to see most questions answered by the end of the show.
Okay.
We'll probably get at least some payoff. Would be my guess. And I don't mind being just breadcrumbed on the way to the end. I think it's a ton of fun. Try to slowly figure it all out. Um, Next, a movie y'all probably have never heard of, but I watched it with my friends. It's called Dream Scenario. Um, Dream Scenario is a movie starring Nicolas Cage,
Oh
um,
baby.
in which he basically starts appearing in like everyone's dreams. So everybody starts dreaming about his character, who's like kind of this like loser guy he has a family, but he's kind of like he's incapable of like basically standing up for himself or um, uh, having any degree of confidence. So he's kind of trampled on in his life. And then he starts appearing in people's dreams, and he gets like really famous once people realize who he is. And he goes on talk shows and like becomes huge. But then he starts like killing people in their dreams, and then so people start hating him and fearing him, and he gets a ton of like public backlash, and like pretty much everything comes crashing down around him, all about like the trials and tribulations of fame, and how easily things can kind of turn for you. Um, yeah, so overall, pretty good. I like Dream Scenario. I liked it quite a bit. Um, I saw Sinners twice. Banger of a movie, absolute banger of a movie. Probably the best movie I've seen so far this year. Uh,
Mm.
yeah, I don't think I don't think I've seen one that beats that one out yet. Though I have to wait for Castration Movie Part 2, which I believe is going to be like 5 hours, 6 hours long. So I gotta wait to see that one first. Um, and then once I see that one, then I can definitively make the judgment on the best movie of the year. Um, uh,
It's gonna be a
but
tight
yeah,
race.
it's gonna be a tight race. It actually will be a banger. I technically have access to the Discord where they're gonna stream it early, but I didn't click the link soon enough, so now the link is dead, and so now I need to email the director of the movie and be like, "Hey, can you send me a Discord link, please?" So I'm sure she'll be very happy about that. Um, but next, Star Trek, Deep Space Nine,
Ooh.
um, DS9, so good, so good. We just got to the episode I have been waiting for with bated breath for like 3 seasons, which is of course the sex change episode, where one character who comes from like a race of notorious sexists who like hate women has to get a sex change to become a woman to convince everyone that women need rights, which is a great episode. Yeah, that one's an all timer right there. It was so funny, just like watching it with my girlfriend and all my friends, and them just turning to me like every 5 seconds and being like, "Oh my God, Aaron, what is this true? Is it really like this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." It was so funny. Um, but yeah, banger. Love Star Trek Deep Space Nine. We're actually getting close to the end. I think we only have we're almost at the end of season 6, and then there's season 7, and we're done. Feels crazy. It'll be the end of an era. Next, Thunderbolts. We talked about it. Good movie. Liked it. Definitely the best MCU has put out in I don't even know how long. Years and years and years. Like I'm trying to think of what the last like good MCU movie was. Hold on. Let me find a list. One sec. Okay.
Not a big fan of Deadpool and Wolverine, I'm assuming.
Oh, I guess that was technically an MCU movie. Yeah, so I'll say that one was pretty good. That was pretty good.
See, we can't even remember at this point.
Literally, it's just like, wait, what the fuck? I'm like, what did they release? Yeah, it's just like, oh, Guardians 3. That was
Oh, yeah.
good. I like Guardians 3. They had The
I still-
Marvels, Brave New World, Quantum Mania, Wakanda Forever, Love and Thunder, Multiverse of Madness. Like, man, they have just put out stinker after stinker. Oh my god. Before that, Eternals, Shang-Chi, which is just remarkably forgettable. Black Widow,
Okay.
not good.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, Shang-Chi was good. I like Shang-Chi. I think everyone just kind of forgot it existed.
Including
Um,
Marvel.
Yeah, yeah,
Where is he? Where's our boy?
yeah. He did
Where's
just kind of disappear. He
Everybody
just
talks
like
about Spider-Man, but like, where?
literally. I'm just like, what the Shang-Chi? What happened, buddy? Oh my god. Yeah, but lots of movies here that are just like either just entirely forgettable, or just outright bad. So I was happy to have a movie that's like finally like good, um, which is nice. Um, but yeah, da, 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 da. Uh, next I saw perhaps this year's middest movie. Um, it's gonna be really hard to out mid this movie. Um, but Clown in a Cornfield. Um, I saw, which is about as corny as it sounds. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Um,
Eh.
yeah, my sister there's a book for this, and my sister had read the book, and so she really wanted to go see the movie just to see how well it matched up and to to just get the vibes. And yeah, she was very disappointed because she was like, "Oh, it was nothing like the book. It's terrible." But yeah, no, just genuinely, just like this is like just like mass produced. It rolled off like this one rolled off the what call it the conveyor belt at the factory, at the movie factory. Like, yeah, this one was mid. This one was mass produced for an audience that wanted to go see like a movie where people get killed and in like crazy ways, and that's it. And maybe see a little bit of comedy and laugh a bit too. But yeah. Next, a movie you probably haven't heard of, came out a little over a month ago, I think. The Ballad of Wallace Island. Um, really good movie. Really good movie. So this is a movie in which this kind of washed up um singer-songwriter is basically paid to come do a solo show for basically his biggest fan on this remote island out in the middle of basically nowhere. It has a very tiny population, and one of the guys, the guy who lives there, is just like super fan, and also like very like positive and happy, and a little bit dull at times. And so it's like one of those movies where it's like the sinister or like the cynical like washed up singer songwriter encounters like the happy like a little dull, but a very optimistic guy, and kind of gets his life turned around. It's a very feel good movie. Um, and yeah, it is. It was a really good movie. And yeah, it's just really it's a tearjerker in a lot of parts, definitely. Um, and it's actually it's a very interesting movie because you think it's about the singer songwriter the whole movie, and then you realize at the very end it's actually about the fan, which is great. Yeah, definitely recommend
Hmm.
checking that one out when it comes out. It's probably already on streaming.
Okay, when you
Next,
said like the dude went to like the island for his number one fan, I thought this was gonna like go in a very different direction.
oh
Like Stephen King. Think
yeah, I
like
was about to say like
like what was that? What was that one where like the author gets kidnapped and gets his legs broken?
Misery.
yeah, I don't
Like the
remember.
fan like wanting him to rewrite the last book or whatever.
Yeah, I don't remember what that one's called.
Misery
Stephen King.
by
Misery.
Stephen
Misery,
King.
that's what
Yeah,
it's
I thought this was
called.
going in
Yeah.
like a misery direction. And then he was never heard from again.
Oh my god. Not quite. But yeah, Ballad of Wallace Island, good one. I also don't remember if I talked about this one the last time we were here, but I watched Fire Walk with Me um, for the first
Yeah.
time. Great movie. Great movie. Good lord. Um, yeah, like when I first watched Twin Peaks, like forever ago, and I had heard about like Lynch movies and seen some clips and stuff, I'm like, oh, thank God they had like, what was it, like Robert Frost, Robert Snow, whatever his name is, to kind of reel him in and make it a little bit more grounded. But after seeing Fire Walk with Me, I'm like, damn, we really could have used like a more unhinged Lynch, which is, I guess, what we got with The Return. So, so yeah, I was actually, I loved Fire Walk with Me. I thought it was an incredible film, the imagery, the symbolism, everything. Just like the scene setting. Oh my God, that whole extended sequence of like Laura Palmer in the bar, kind of like selling herself, is just like that entire sequence is just utterly breathtaking. Um, yeah, so Fire Walk with Me is just yeah, it's an incredible Lynch film. Um, now on to what I played. Um, so I played a game that was very popular, got crazy good reviews recently. I am, of course, talking about Blueprints.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
Okay.
yeah, yeah, Blueprints. If you haven't heard about it, it is a procedurally generated, or I guess a roguelike. Yeah, it's a roguelike, basically house builder puzzle game. So it's very heavy, like a very puzzle heavy kind of environment based puzzle game would be the best way to describe it. So basically, the way it works is it kind of takes place in like a fantasy world that's kind of um, the culture might best be described as kind of like British, maybe like early 20th, mid 20th century, like Great Britain ish, I guess. Um, but they throw in a lot of like fantasy or like technology from like different eras, including contemporary, and it's kind of all over the place. But it's a really cool fantasy world, and I really enjoy it. But basically, you play as the grandnephew of this powerful baron, this powerful rich baron who owns like this huge like kind of corporate enterprise, and in his will he leaves you his entire estate, provided you can reach the 46th room of his 45-room estate. You are not told where the 46th room is, but so you have to figure it out on your own. And like I said, the way it works is every time you go to open a door, you're given three choices between different types of rooms, and each room is unique and has a different like ability or modifier, um, and different number of entrances and exits because you can dead end yourself and have to reset the day and move on to the next, and so on and so forth. And they're just puzzles on puzzles on puzzles on puzzles on puzzles. Nearly every room has a secret and a puzzle that you have to solve. Um, and so yeah, pretty much the whole game is just like unraveling like a billion different mysteries and figuring out the world lore and kind of what's going on in this world. Um, and kind of what happened with your family because your mom disappeared like several years ago, and you kind of have to figure out what happened there. And it's just very interesting overall. Blueprints is like it's a lot of people are saying it's game of the year material, and I would definitely agree with that sentiment.
Yeah.
It is a truly incredible puzzle game. One of the best I've played in years, definitely. Um, the only problem is you get fucked by RNG so hard. The RNG just will just utterly fuck you, um, and you'll just have to keep resetting the day to get better RNG. Um, there are ways to manipulate RNG, but you can't manipulate it perfectly. So a lot of the times it's just like you like open this one room, the first room, and you're like, oh, didn't get what I needed. All right, time to reset the day and try again. Um, and just like repeat that like a dozen times until you get what you need, and then cross your fingers and pray that this run you'll get the RNG you need to get your next objective complete. Um, so yeah, the RNG, the game is very heavy on RNG. There are ways to mitigate it, and you get permanent upgrades, but yeah, the later game runs are just rough. um, yeah, and you're gonna have to Google stuff. You have to. Anybody who plays that game is gonna have to Google stuff. It's basically a requirement. Um, but yeah, Blueprints, lots of fun. Would recommend. Um, Next, I played a indie pixel art RPG that came out very recently. It's called Look Outside. Um, you may have heard of it, maybe not. But basically, um, the way the game goes is uh, something is happening outside your apartment, and you don't know what it is. And if you look outside, you die. Whatever is happening has horribly morphed everyone who has looked outside into terrible, horrible monsters. And so the game is basically you figuring out what the hell is going on without ever leaving your apartment complex. Um, yeah. And that game is one of the best examples of cosmic horror I've probably ever experienced. Like, I cannot recommend that game enough. Genuinely, genuinely, genuinely. If you like cosmic horror, look outside your game.
All right.
Just executed superbly well. Though I will say, your ass will get fucking kicked for like the first, I don't know, while. You will get your ass beat for a long, long time. You'll reset and reset and reset and reset and reset, and you're gonna be increasingly more frustrated with each reset. Um, that's what happened to me until eventually you get uh whatchamacallit, till eventually you get party members, and then the game's literally a cakewalk, and it's incredibly fucking easy. You just
Yeah,
have to
it's
get
only
party
$10.
members first. What's that? Yeah, it's only $10. Yeah,
Only $10.
yeah. And I
Nice.
think I spent 25, 30 hours with it, something like that, maybe a little bit
Oh,
less.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's a good game and cheap. Yeah, would definitely recommend it. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but yeah, that's a good one. Um, yeah. Next is Marvel Rivals. Know it, love it. Classic, all timer. Um, I am enjoying Emma Frost, which is a weird sentence to say. I maybe shouldn't have phrased it like that.
The phrasing was a bit off.
The phrasing was maybe a tad off, but Emma Frost is really freaking good as a character. She's an incredible freaking tank. She obliterates. Um, she has a great kit and does a crap ton of damage and tanks a crap ton of damage. Um, yeah, so she's really good. And then of course I gotta stick with Cloak and Dagger and Rocket Raccoon for my healers. Um, they yeah, they fuck. They're great. I love them. Um, but yeah. Next, Oblivion Remastered.
Yeah.
Woo! I'm really hoping we keep up this trend of making remasters not full price because,
Yes.
good lord, yeah, it's only
Mhm.
like what, 30, 40 bucks, something like that. I think it's 40 bucks.
I
It's
think
just
it's
like,
50.
damn. Oh, is it 50? Okay. Well, still, that's less than full price, which is nice.
Hey, it's better than
Um,
$80 from Nintendo.
oh my god, that sucks. That's so bad. Oh, Nintendo. I'm so upset with you. Um, but yeah. So Oblivion Remastered, very good. Also, I was shocked at how tiny the fucking world is. What? Is it really as small? That fucking small? I don't remember it being this small. Maybe it expands at some point. I don't remember, but seems much smaller than I remember. Uh, and then right before I hopped on the call, I actually bought and begun Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
Oh
Um,
shoot!
yeah, yet another game that's getting insane buzz, and I'm like, well, I gotta give this one a go. I love turn-based RPGs, and God help me, I do love the French. So yeah, that's a good combo. That's a good
I
combo.
agree. God help you.
Turn-based
I
RPG
started
is
playing and
so bad.
immediately I smoked 50 cigarettes and ate a baguette, a whole ass baguette. Um, and started complaining about English speakers. But yeah. Uh, for books, I've only been reading a singular book, which is the sequel to one I have talked about in the past, which is the last one I read, which is Dorley Hall. I'm reading more. I'm reading the second book in the series, Secrets of Dorley Hall, which is definitely better. I'm loving the second book a ton. Um, for those who may not remember, this is the Force Femme book, and I am loving the shit out of it. It's incredibly based uh, and estrogen pilled, and I'm loving it. So yeah, love Secrets of Dorley Hall. Now onto things I've just done, life events. Um, I went to a furry con. That was fun.
Oh,
Um, Yeah, so my friends are all furries, and I guess I'm an honorary furry at this point. We've already come up with my fursona, which is a squirrel. So I have a squirrel sona now. I gotta get a commission so somebody can go and draw me my squirrel sona. But yeah, so we I volunteer at the LGBT Resource Center here in Oaklawn, which is minutes north of me. And I volunteer for the trans programs there, and I work with one of the organizers who basically who organizes like a bunch of outreach to a lot of different events all throughout like the DFW area. And so one thing we did for outreach was we went to Texas Furry Fiesta to do STD testing because the person in charge of outreach is a phlebotomist, and they are capable of doing STD testing. So um, that was kind of a clusterfuck. So we had very limited number of tests, and it was just them doing the testing and us running the booth, me and all of my friends from the group. Um, and so basically, it was like there's a huge line for everybody to get STD tested, but um, each test takes like fucking 10-15 minutes probably.
Mm.
And we're only there on Thursday and Friday, which like nobody was there on Thursday. Friday was not the busiest day either. And so we just had a bunch of people come up to get tested, and we're like, okay, we have like 50 tests, and each one takes like 15 minutes to do, and we're stopping testing at like 6 p.m. Like, oh, we are not going to get that many people done. So yeah, pretty much we just had to like educate people on the resources we provide because the LGBT Resource Center started as HIV/AIDS testing and outreach, education, etc. Before expanding into broader LGBT rights organization, and so that's like our main thing. And so we directed people to a bunch of resources we provide, and sent them on their way. Yeah, we were supposed to have way more people come. Like the phlebotomist who is running the whole thing. He invited people from a bunch of different groups at the whatchamacallit, at the LGBT Resource Center. Like there's a gay group, there's lesbian group, and a couple others. I think there might be a bisexual group. I can't remember, but he invited a bunch of different volunteers from a bunch of different groups, and the trans volunteers were the only people that showed up. So yeah, he had a ton of people that were like, yeah, I'll be there, and then just like it's completely ghosted them. Um, yeah. So, yeah, they kind of got shafted by pretty much everyone except for the trans peeps. Um, which was good. It was me and my friends. The best part of that was we all got free passes, free weekend passes for working the booth, which is really nice. Unfortunately, I already bought my weekend pass, so I didn't get to use it.
Wow.
I didn't get to use the free weekend pass we got, which sucked. But we did manage to get our mutual friend Sloan uh, a pass because she was like, "Fuck, I don't know what to do. I don't have anything to do this weekend." And we're like, "Okay, well, just come work the booth for like an hour or something, and uh, then you can get a free pass, a weekend pass for the furry con." He's like, "Oh, bet. I'm not even a furry, but that sounds cool." Um, and so she showed up, and actually, she got really into working the booth. So she didn't even walk around and see any of the furry sites. She just literally sat at the booth and like rizzed people up. It was actually kind of great. Um, yeah. Of course, it did help, like the fact that literally every single person working in the booth was trans, because that comm was probably like 75% trans people. That's no exaggeration. Like probably like three-quarters of the people there were in fact transgender. So I think that probably drew quite a few people to the booth. um, but yeah. But anyway, TFF, Texas Furry Fiesta, it was actually a lot of fun. I got some merch. I got some stuff. Actually, I picked up my niece because her birthday was like the week after. I got her a little stuffed capybara. Um,
Oh,
yeah, I got one for myself too. Um, I think his name is Baba, or yeah, Baba. Um, I love him. He's a little guy. He's a cute little guy. Um, but yeah, and then a couple other things. I don't even remember what the heck else I got, but some stickers, I think. But that was a lot of fun. We went to first night. We were like, oh, let's go to the rave. So we went. It turned out it was actually just like a kink and like drag show, I think. Like, oh, well, uh, okay, I guess. Then we pieced out, and came back the next day when they had the actual rave, which was absolute banging. I let me tell you, the furries, they know how to put on a rave. I No cap, no kizzy. The furries fucking, they know how to bang. Um, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I think half my friends got like super high too, which added to the fun. Um, so yeah, a lot of fun. TFF, definitely going to go again next year. That was a blast. Um,
Mm. They got you, Air.
Yeah, they do. They do. They do. My God, they've got me. They've sunk their hooks into me. I like to make the joke. All of us make the joke all the time, like when we're standing around each other, like we're furry adjacent, and we just like we like move our hands around and like point to everyone. We're furry adjacent now. And yeah, no, that's the best way to describe it. I gotta, like I said, I gotta commission someone to make me some squirrel sona. I'm gonna get around to that eventually. And I gotta get the wolf tail, or not wolf. I gotta get the squirrel tail and ears off of Etsy or something. So yeah.
At what point does it
So.
stop being adjacent?
I was about to say.
I think at the point where you commission artwork and get like accessories, I don't think you're no longer adjacent. You fully walk through that door.
You know what? I think that's fair. That's totally fair. God, yeah, they've absorbed me. I've become one with the furry hive mind. Yeah, my friend Ashley, she tried to go to the Bimbo meetup, but unfortunately, apparently it was pretty disappointing. Apparently the Bimbo meetup was no good. So, just letting y'all know, if you ever go to TFF, the Bimbo meetup is not one you're gonna want to hit up.
Gotcha. I'll keep that in mind.
Just letting you know. They had a lot of wacky meetups. Like a bunch for just like different colleges. They had like an A&M meetup. They had like a UT Arlington meetup, UT Dallas meetup, just UT meetup, and just like a bunch of college meetups. It was crazy. And then they just had a bunch for like a bunch of special interest categories. Like what do they have? They had one for people who are into like sewing or knitting, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, there was a lot of like special interest meetup groups, which is really cool actually. I guess it's like if you're into that, like go get it. Next, Scarborough Renaissance Festival.
Woo.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah, went with my buddies, all my buddies. We went down to Scarborough a couple weeks back. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, we just got together. Some people wore some things. Most didn't. Yeah, and we just walked around. I got a few goodies. I got some earrings. I got the King's Nuts because I always get the King's Nuts. Things are incredible.
There's a joke in
What
there
else?
somewhere.
Well, I think the joke is in fact in the name. I think the joke. I think it kind of writes itself there.
Silly
Yeah.
me.
What the heck else did I get? I wanted to get a candle, but I don't think I ended up getting a candle. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Crazy thing happened. When I was driving down with my friends, I'm driving behind this car, and I'm like, wait a minute, that looks like my sister's car. I read the license plate, and I'm like, wait, no, that's definitely my sister's car. And so I drove past her, and I like waved, and she didn't see me. Yeah, she was driving from her house down to uh, my childhood home to meet up with my mom because they were taking my niece and nephew to Scarborough that very same day.
Oh, you know.
Hey.
Yeah, so I messaged them and I was like, "Hey, are y'all going to Scarborough?" And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Cool." So we met up, and they got to meet two of my friends, which was nice. Yeah, just gave them a Heidi ho. My niece got to see the mermaids. She was very happy about that. Um, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I meant to go again, but I don't know if it ever manifested because there was going to be another group from my friends that were going to go, but I don't know if it ever physically manifested. Yeah, lots of fun. Love Scarborough. Love Scarborough. Um, Next, Austin trip. Austin. Um, I went down to the good old capital of the state of Texas. Um, to stay there at my friend's house. And then we floated the river in New Braunfels.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
yeah, that was a lot of fun. The only thing that sucked was it was kind of raining on and off that day. So multiple times while we were floating the river, it would just start raining and we'd be freezing our asses off. Um, but still, it was still a lot of fun. It was still a lot of fun. And last time we bought a shit ton of daiquiris and got blasted off of our fucking minds.
That's
Um,
right.
Yeah, I was just screaming about how cooked I was the whole time. I was literally just screaming, "I'm cooked! I'm cooked! I'm cooked!" Over and over again. And then we got to the end, and there was a like park ranger or something that was like checking for like drunkards, and I was just like, "You have a good day, Mr. Ranger." And like my friends were like, "Aaron, shut up! Aaron, shut up! Don't say another word." Oh my god. Didn't happen this time though. I did not get horrifically drunk this time. Um, and I didn't have to piss. Well, I mean, I did have to piss, but I just did it on other people's private property this time rather than marching up the entirety of the river. Um, so yeah, um, that was nice. Overall, really nice trip down to Austin. Love floating the river. Getting to see the city again. Pretty good. It's pretty fun. Though I left early so I could go to Easter with my family the next day, which was a lot of fun. I brought my friend Sloan, my friend Sosa, my girlfriend, and we vibed. We had a good time. Um, everyone loved my friend Sloan, um, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Easter was good. Easter was good this year. Speaking of Sloan, unfortunately, she got in this huge fight with her mom, and I had to house her for about a week or so, because it was no longer safe for her to be at home. Um, yeah, that was pretty rough. Um, yeah, things are getting rough out here for the community, but we're hanging on. Um, uh, But yeah, so I housed her for a little over a week. Worked with my friends to try to get her more permanent housing, or at least temporary housing, so she can figure out a more permanent housing solution. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to dig anything up yet, but we're waiting on a bunch of responses and stuff. So fingers crossed we can get her housed a little bit more permanently away from mom, because yeah, I wasn't able to house her for too long because I had my new roommates move in. Um, who are awesome people. Um, and have been remodeling my apartment
Oh.
because I basically have done nothing to it since I moved in, and now they're like, actually, let's let's make this place look nice. I'm like, cool, poggers. Um, but yeah, so yeah, hoping the best for my friend Sloan. Hoping we get things worked out for her. The leader. So I just wrote this down. I'll just blaze through this. But the head of the local the trans social group I go to over at the LGBT Resource Center left or is leaving. I guess resigned might be the best word to use here. And so she's moving on to greener pastures. Wishing her the best. We had a going away party for her. It was very nice. Everyone showed up.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Um, Next, big news for me. Um, I had my SRS consultation. That is sexual reassignment surgery, the big one. Um, that is going to be on June 11th. Yeah, looking forward to that. I'm going to be out of commission for a long time, but I may also be able to talk with people and stuff. I just won't be able to get around too well for a couple weeks. Um, yeah, so gonna be good. I'm looking forward to it.
Gotcha.
Okie dokie, and then real quick touch on music. Um, there's actually so the last like month has been just banger after banger for music. Good lord, people can't stop releasing incredible fucking music. Um, but yeah, so first, Car Seat Headrest, one of my fave bands, released a kind of a rock opera called The Scholars. And it features art from my absolute favorite artist, Kate Wirtz, who's very close with the band. And it's freaking awesome. They have this whole world and lore built out for this album with all these characters, and I'm digging the heck out of it. Music is awesome. Um, yeah. Next, you have Viagra Boys releasing a new trailer. Or new trailer, new album. I don't know why I said trailer. New album. Love me some Viagra Boys. Their last album, Cave World, is one of my favorite albums the year it came out. I think it's 2023. One of my favorite albums of that year. And then lastly, thank God for my roommates. They are very into music and very into this same kind of music I'm into. So they've been introducing me to some stuff, which has been awesome. Yeah. So uh, they by coincidence played me this band called Sorry Mom, which is riot girl type punk. So like I don't know, very punk rock girl type stuff. Very good. And the of course the song that they played for me was the wonderfully titled "I Fucked Your Mom," which is of course about the lead singer. In fact, doing acts with different people's mothers, and absolute banger of a song. I love that song. That song is like, damn, where was this song all my life? Um, but yeah. So I've been listening to that. I've been listening to that band a bunch. Thank God. I'm so happy for my roommates. They're awesome. We share all the same interests. It's incredible. Best roommates I've had, bar none. Yeah. And I think that does it. Yeah. Okie dokie. With that, I pass the baton on to the next generation. Which I mean, Sir Mitchell.
Excuse you, I'm older than you.
Yeah. to the pre. I pass the baton to the previous generation.
Excuse you, respect your elders.
Hey, I have back pain, so I'm pretty much on my way out the door.
Oh, you
It's
too.
your-
Isn't it fun?
Yeah. Well, actually, I literally just got checked out for it today. I've seen the specialist. I got PT done. Neither fixed it. So I saw another guy today, and he's like, "Yeah, okay. If you're like having sharp pain when you touch your spine, yeah, we got to get an MRI for that." So now I now have to get an MRI next week to get my back checked out.
Oh,
I have
fun.
no idea what the heck's going on. It's
Well,
been going on since
that's way worse than mine. I'm sorry about that.
yeah. Yeah, it's middle back, so it's my It's not even my lower back. It's just like my thoracic spine because it's like oof, yeah, sharp pain whenever I touch my vertebrae. Um, but yeah, so getting an MRI for that sucker next week because it's been bothering me since January. Little jerk. Yeah. Anyway, Mitchell, sorry.
Let's see. So first off, if I sound a little quiet or raspy, it's because I'm fighting allergies
Oof.
and my
Sorry about
throat's
that.
all messed up.
Lovely.
But I do a quick like lightning round just for Jordan in case he needs to hop off. Is that moved up to Iowa or Illinois? I'm right on the border of Illinois and Iowa in the Davenport area. And let's see. Things that I've watched, haven't watched too much, but I did go see Monty Python the Holy Grail in theaters. They showed that for like their 50th anniversary or whatever
Ooh.
Nice.
birthday. So that was a
That's
ton of fun
nice.
because there were only about like 24 people in there, so it didn't get too crazy.
Hmm.
So, but that was a lot of fun. Still funny. And then let's see. They ruined Zinla Zone Zero somehow. They ruined it.
Oh
It's no
no.
good.
Damn.
They basically got rid of like the puzzle mode. So now it's just like fighting in corridors. It's just corridor after corridor of fighting. They got rid of the puzzles. Very
Dang it.
sad.
Dang.
Dang.
And new Glitch series, the Gaslight District, they released another pilot. It's called the
Oh
Gaslight
wait.
District. Yeah, Glitch, like
Oh
Murder
yeah, yeah,
Drones
yeah,
and
yeah. Oh, I remember. Yeah, I saw the I saw that somebody had. Yeah, I saw that they released that. I didn't watch the full thing, but I did see that they released that.
yeah, Murder Drones and Digital Circus people had it made helped create another pilot called the Gaslight District. Very Tim Burton vibes.
Yeah.
Very creepy, morbid, kind of gory. Very fun, interesting. I want to see more. And of course, beautifully animated, naturally.
Yeah.
Let's see. Playing a little bit of Monster Hunter with Aaron and Jordan.
Woo!
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're hunting. We'll get you one day, Zach.
One day. One day.
But I tried really hard. It never stuck. But yeah, definitely had some fun moments with Jordan. We were fighting like the big old fire breathing T Rex, and I walk away to heal, and Jordan comes running in like, "Don't worry, tag in," and then he immediately gets carded. I remember this, Jordan. I'm gonna keep bringing it up because it was hysterical. I run away to go drink, and then I just hear, "Don't worry, buddy, I got this," and then it's just Jordan has painted. And then the other one, we were fighting the Devil Joe. Or no, we were fighting like an electric squirrel monster.
Oh no!
And the Devil Joe invaded and started like just slamming it into the ground, just picks it up and just boom,
That was pretty good.
boom.
Did not stand a chance.
No. And the best part is that it like turns to Jordan and just slams it on his head and carts him. And then it throws the squirrel against the wall and it just dies on impact and we complete the quest right as
We did
Jordan
it.
gets carted into the home base.
We did it.
Oh,
I
it's
like to say that I
hysterical
got the
timing.
last in it.
Oh man, I'm sorry, but that was hysterical timing.
I mean, hey, Monster Hunter, fun times.
That happens sometimes. And oh, I got you to actually try out the hunting horn.
Oh yeah, I made one that was a bell, so now I gotta actually commit to it now.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good though, isn't it?
Yeah. It's kind of fun. I like the bell. I like the horn.
Like the horn is fun. You get to doot and you get to bonk.
I doot and bonk. Those two, I do like doing those in succession to big monsters. I'll be real with you. It's a very convincing argument.
Yeah. So Aaron, I'm coming for you next. I'm gonna get you
Yes.
the horn.
I wanted to try the horn. It seems like I like support. I like support roles. It's fun.
All right. Well, first of all, same with what I told Jordan. The hunting horn is not a support weapon. It is a weapon that
Oh.
supports.
I
You gotta bonk
see.
that monster.
Okay.
Don't you dare call this a support weapon. It is a weapon. It is a weapon first.
It is a weapon.
The fact that you get attack boost or whatever afterwards is just a little bonus on top.
Understood.
Support should not be your main focus. It should be bonking that monster in its head. Let's see. Other than that. Let's see. I have been watching like one like D&D group that streams. And like the series is called Fiendish Forge, where it's basically D&D but Monster Hunter.
Oh, nice.
Mm.
And the whole group are playing as basically Palicos.
That's a good bit.
It's pretty funny. Fiendish Forge, Paw Patrol. It's been good background noise while I'm doing other things, so that's been enjoyable. I've been enjoying that little series
Nice.
because I'm like, D&D, but Monster Hunter themed. specifically made for me. It's not like super like plot dense or heavy, so I don't need to like invest too many hours into it.
Just like Monster Hunter.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, at this point, like Critical Role is just a little intimidating.
That's yeah, I kind of feel that. I feel that.
But let's see. Yeah, back to Zenless Zone Zero. I'm just very mad that they got rid of like the TV mode, like the TV puzzle mode. And then they replaced it with like
Yeah.
these little platforming sections where you run around with a little robot rabbit thing. And then they released an announcement where like we're not even gonna do that going forward. We only put that in the game to like replace the TV mode, and we're not doing TV mode or that thing afterwards. It's just gonna be straight combat, and I'm so mad.
Dang.
So mad.
Hmm.
It's like, and you know why? It's because the fucking Coomers are just mad that they don't get to watch more jiggle physics.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's like, what's with this puzzle? I don't want to think. I want to watch animated titties. Fucking so mad. Unfortunately, I know that I'm not the target demographic. I'm not the one shilling out hundreds of dollars every character update.
Yeah, true.
But it's fine. You know why? Because Xenoblade Chronicles X Remastered.
Yeah.
Now we're
It's so
talking.
back.
It's so back. We're back. Stuck on a different planet. A lot more than we can manage. I mean, it's so good to be back in Xenoblade. I love it. I love X so much. It was so good because now that I actually know the story, there's like several plot points where I'm like, damn, how did I not like guess this plot twist? But yeah, pretty good. I'm getting through it a lot faster now that I actually understand combat and know like the various like other systems going on that I don't need to experiment with. I can just like I know what to do and how to advance. They made the map a lot better because in the old version, they just had like the map on like the Wii U tablet and it wasn't very detailed, so it was hard keeping track of like where quest givers were or where to find your teammates because you had to manually find like your potential teammates and like talk to them in order to get them back in your party, and it was just such a pain in the ass to find them. Because depending on the time of the day, they might not even be on the map. Or they might go to different parts of the map during different parts of the day. And so like doing their affinity quest, doing like their heart-to-heart conversations were just a pain in the butt to do. And it was very much a game where you had to have the wiki open at all times. And you kind of still need that at times, but it's not nearly to the extent as you needed it on the Wii U, fortunately. Like, I don't need to Google, like, where to turn in a quest anymore, or where this person is located, just so I can go talk to them. But yeah, ton of fun. Good fun, Xenoblade. I would like to talk about it, but it's like, I don't know if y'all want spoilers or not.
For what? For Xenoblade?
Xenoblade X, yeah.
I mean, I don't mind. I probably won't play it, but there's a good chance that the two others here may.
Alright, fine. Just skip out on the best one, because it's got mechs. Well, I don't know. The rest of the series is pretty good. I get it, but like this one's got mechs in it. That's pretty good.
How's that story, Mitchell?
I mean, you're stuck on a different planet a lot more than you can manage. But you got to keep on standing. Hello, is anyone there? I need a bigger gun. Etc. Etc. Anyway,
I see.
people are dripping black tar. It's taking a ship down so far. We just want to live in peace, yet black tar is even as restless.
How often
But
have you
anyway.
heard that dang song?
Well, it's the main combat theme, so I mean, to be fair, the lyrics don't even kick in until like after the first minute, so you're usually done with combat before the lyrics kick in.
Very nice.
It's like it's not even that bad of a song actually. Once you get acclimated to it. Acclimated seems like the right word for that. Oh yeah, ton of fun. Earth gets destroyed in like a alien civil war. You just get caught in the crossfire. But fortunately, humanity manages to escape on these big old arc ships that are like city-sized spaceships, and your ship manages to escape, but you crash land on Mira. The aliens find you again and shoot your ship down over the planet Mira, which is where you crash land. And the whole game revolves around finding the life hold, the big old cryogenic storage chamber where like all the other humans are kept. And you got to find that before the battery tanks run out or the aliens find it and destroy it. So yeah, still working on that part of the story. I got to the part where it's revealed where everyone is actually secretly a robot.
Yeah,
Hmm?
Dang.
naturally.
Sorry. Should I explain further, maybe?
If you feel like it, I'll leave that up to you. Do you want
So
to
during
expound?
a cutscene, your character's arm gets exploded off, and you
Dang.
find out that everyone's a robot
Dang.
because you're actually still in the life hold, piloting robot bodies via Bluetooth or something.
Via Bluetooth? No way.
Yeah, basically you're just like remote piloting a robot body from the life hold. You're still in there. Everyone's still in the life hold, so it brings more urgency to. We really need to find this before the aliens destroy it. Otherwise, we're just gonna randomly drop dead one day.
Hmm.
But yeah, the whole plot twist about everyone being a robot is what allows you to activate overdrive, which is like this game's version of the Unity attack or whatever. No, they're like
Chain attack?
chain attacks. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You don't do chain attacks in this game. You don't enter like stop time to pick moves party by party. You just kind of enter like a boosted overdrive mode.
I
All your
see.
attacks gain like an extra cooldown bar where their effects get boosted even more. And if you chain certain like color coded attack combos together, you can like boost your count to boost your stats or boost the time that you get to stay in overdrive. And basically, the end game is just building infinite overdrive builds.
Interesting.
But yeah, definitely a lot of fun. I definitely been enjoying a ton of Xenoblade. Just been mostly busy here with work during like the end of the spring season coming together and moving into the summer. Other than that, I don't know. There's too much more I've done other than play Morrowind because that's my skooma addiction game. Like my Khajiit character definitely has a good collection of skooma just laying around his cracked in. Oh yeah. But yeah, now that Oblivion got remastered, I can take that even further off the back burner and then play Skyrim after Morrowind. It's like, good, I can push back Oblivion even further down the line and worry about it even less now until. Is it weird that I already have like a mod list made up for Skyrim when I eventually get around to it?
No, that's the correct way to play Skyrim.
Yeah, that's pretty much how everyone does it.
Yeah, because I already got like the mod list of like, okay, here's like here's the mod that I want to use for overhauling the artifacts, overhauling the system, overhauling like the shouts.
Most important one is the script extender so that you can have Sky UI because the default UI of Skyrim is atrocious.
Yeah, the Sky UI one, the base, just like the general overhaul bug fixes one. But yeah, I already got like the mod list laid out. So I actually have to get around to beating Morrowind at some point.
All this time you haven't beaten it?
Okay, listen, I took a long break for a little while there. I kind of just play it like once every few weeks for a few hours. It's a slow burn game. So okay, I've not been like grinding out Morrowind. It's been a slow burn game that I play like once every 2 to 3 weeks for a few hours, okay? There's a lot to do. But yeah, other than that, that's probably about it for me, I think. We want to move on to Nelson.
Oh boy. Well, before I begin, you guys, did you hear that they put an AI Darth Vader into Fortnite?
Did they really?
They did. There's an
That's
AI
incredible.
Darth Vader into Fortnite, and I found a tweet of
Oh.
someone talking about it.
No.
Fortnite added an AI Darth Vader using James Earl Jones's voice you can talk to through your mic. It's been out since this afternoon and has so far swore, said multiple slurs, threatened to kill someone in real life, said
Okay, that
Pride
was
Month is for
weird.
the delusional, eliminated players on the same side as him for calling him daddy, said,
No.
said Spanish is a language used by smugglers, asked
Oh my-
someone if they liked Chun-Li's ass,
Whoa.
and made a tier
Huh?
list of races.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh
boy.
my god.
Hang on, that's not Darth Vader. That's Dagoth Ur.
Never.
Oh, speaking going back to Skyrim mods, I need to download that Dagoth Ur follower
Oh,
mod.
the Dagoth mod.
I know I'm gonna need to add that one.
Yes.
No, there's nothing wrong with you being an Argonian. I just didn't think you would be.
Oh, great. Just what we need. Bigger
Great.
fucking Argonians.
Oh
Are we
man.
going to your goon cave, Nerevar?
I fucking love that mod. Oh fuck, what a great mod.
So,
Anyway, that's incredible, and I'm glad it will be removed probably within the next like hour or so.
Yes.
Yes.
And it'll never see the light of day again. And it was I think I'm glad it was so utterly disastrous that Riot, or not Riot, Epic Games will never try this again.
Oh no, they will.
Hopefully.
I'm
They will.
sure.
Oh, they will. Guys, yeah.
Let's just make a better like filtered list.
Big AI
Oh,
happen.
God.
Listen, remember,
Oh,
this is the same game where they gave the essential information of the Rise of Skywalker exclusive to Fortnite.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
God.
This
Fortnite
is
is
what happens when James Earl Jones gave his voice to Disney. This is what they did with it.
He shouldn't have. I know it's iconic, but he really shouldn't have. Oh.
Anyway,
Dang.
I did a few things. So, the main thing was the show finally went through. We did Something Rotten.
Hey.
Nice.
That
How'd that go?
That is one of the best shows I've done, and that was some of the most fun I've had. This is the second time I've played the lead in a show, or a musical at least, and it is the first one where the lead is basically the entire show. I was on stage for almost the entire show. I was in every scene except for like 2 or 3. So it was exhausting, but I had an absolute blast. So much fun.
Nice.
And I think that's my new favorite musical comedy. That show's great.
Nice.
Because I'm insane, I decided to not even take a break and auditioned for another theater because they were doing The Prince of Egypt. The rights.
Okay, I was actually gonna ask that because my mother was friends with like one of the people that's also gonna be at that theater.
Oh.
So she heard that there was a Zach Nelson, and we're like, surely there's not two Zach Nelsons in the area that are into theater.
As far as I'm aware, there aren't. But yes,
Okay.
I'm doing it.
So I was going to ask about the Prince of Egypt.
Yes, yes, it is me. But yeah, that's so I am, unless they do a dream show, I'm not coming back to this theater.
Oh,
This has been the most disorganized theater I've ever worked with. The entire first week they only had a rehearsal schedule for that week. They didn't come out with a rehearsal schedule for the rest of the show until the Monday of the second week, when they already had rehearsals that week, so they came out with the rehearsal list for the next 2 weeks. And then when they came out with the full rehearsal schedule, they made changes right away. And that seems to be a thing that will continue to happen, because they made a change through an email for today's rehearsal. So I was actually late because they added another they like scheduled my bit that I was supposed to go to like an hour. They added another hour beforehand, so I was actually supposed to be there at 12:30 instead of 1:30.
Okay.
And they said that in an email, but they didn't change it on the Google Doc rehearsal schedule, which is what I've been looking at this whole week. So, yeah.
It's
There was a 3-hour rehearsal where we did 3 songs, and we didn't even get through all of them, and none of them were like full songs. One was a reprise, one was a playoff, and one was like part of the Act 2 finale. 3 hours.
oof.
So yeah, this is a bit much.
Mm.
So, but the show's pretty good. I have gripes with the adaptation from screen to stage.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Number one, it actually is like too long. It's actually too long. There's like at least 1 or 2 songs that you could just cut from the show, and it'd be better. There's one that I think should actually just be cut entirely, because it flies in the face of it. It's very much presentism, the song, where it's applying modern morals and ideals to an ancient story, and it just feels eh.
Oh wait, what song are you
For
making
the
now?
rest of my life.
I
It's-
may have to listen to that one again. I have not listened to that one in a minute.
It's a song where after the plagues, where Moses sings about how bad he feels about everything, which he's already in the script. He's already that point has already been made over and over and over again about how bad he feels over all of this and how much regret he feels. So the song is already pointless. But on top of that, there's a lot of there's a part where he says I do evil in your name, and he's talking to God, but that's something that literally ancient people would never think, because if the God is telling you to do it, then it's not evil. So it's weird. We're cutting that song because the director wants the show to be a certain length and is trying to keep it in that sweet spot, and so she's trying to find places where she can cut and trim, and that was an easy one where, oh, we've already made this point in the show, alright, get rid of it. And also, that's one less song that Moses has to learn, because, oh my gosh, Moses is like in this entire show.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
So I'm even more insane because I told a friend who's doing a show, putting on a show, that I'd auditioned for that one too. So I might go straight from this one into another one and just completely wear myself out. Who knows? But hey, summer's almost here. It's almost done. School year's almost done. Let me just go to a movie I watched because I did watch a movie. We finally finished reading Oliver Twist in my classes, so for the end of the year I just like to put on a movie so I don't have to, try to do anything because the kids aren't gonna do anything the last week of school anyway. And so I watched Oliver again. The musical of Oliver Twist. It's a good movie. From a it won Best Picture the year it came out. People kind of rag on it for that because that was the same year that like 2001: A Space Odyssey came out. But 2001 got snubbed and didn't even get nominated. So, and from everything I've seen, it was more like the director was overdue for a Best Picture award, and that's why it won. But it is a very, very impressive movie in all like technical aspects. Like the acting outside of Oliver himself, the kid's fine, I guess. But all the other like major characters are done perfectly. But aside from that, the musical sequences in Oliver, the big ones, are insanely impressive. Like, I'm baffled at how they did it because there's so many moving parts in such huge areas. And there's one bit where the actors are actually singing live on the set, and it works. It's not like the Les Mis movie or Cats where it doesn't work. Yeah, Oliver's good. It has, I would say, the best Bill Sikes on film. So yeah. I will skip over the other things I watched, which was a very, very specific thing, of course. And go into what I played. Let me pull up Steam real quick. I played Marvel Rivals. A lot of Marvel Rivals. I just got the Cloak and Dagger skin at the end of the Battle Pass, which was what I was gunning for, because Cloak and Dagger is my main, and that skin is the best skin in the game.
Yeah, it's a very nice skin.
It's incredible. I love it, and I'm very happy. Not much else to talk about. I will say I am happy. As much as Emma Frost kind of makes me cringe when I play her because she's just a Gooner character, I am happy. I am happy that she is, because that means it takes more. People look at Emma Frost and think, "Oh, this person's a Gooner and not Cloak and Dagger anymore."
Ah, there we go. You're saved.
Zach,
I'm safe.
Zach, I am
safe from the accusations.
So sorry I'm so sorry to tell you, Zach. Did you not hear? Did you not hear?
Oh,
I'm so
no.
sorry. Marvel Rivals is a Gooner game.
You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough.
No matter who you made, sorry.
You can't escape the goon.
You cannot escape those allegations.
I can't escape it. Even if I just play Doctor Strange, I can't escape it.
Nope.
Everyone's gooning for Strange.
Yeah,
everyone.
Oh, the new Hulk skin is awesome as well. And it got me to start playing Hulk, and Hulk is fun. Let me see. Played a bit more Civ 7. Haven't played it in a bit. There's some updates and stuff. I need to go back to it at some point. I did, apropos of, like, I saw a tweet, and because of that, and I think like a year of people talking about it, I decided to play Slay the Princess.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Good one. Good one.
That's a good game.
That's a good game.
Yes, game.
That's a very good game. I don't know that I want to go through it again, because I really liked the choices I made.
Fair.
Did
Did you try just turning around and leaving?
The what?
Did you try just turning around and leaving?
I did, and it didn't work.
It didn't work very well.
Nope.
All of reality kind of broke there for a second.
Just a little bit. Yeah, that's a very clever game. Very Stanley Parable.
Yep, very clever. Their other game that they made is also good.
I might have to check that
I've heard
out
lots
then.
of good things. Yeah.
I have, of course, played more Witcher 3.
Scarlet Hollow, that's what it's called.
Ah, I'll need to go. Need to
Scarlet
check it out.
Hollow is more of a kind of like a visual novel-esque, or another visual novel-esque like horror game.
Neat. Yes, I played more Witcher 3. I beat the Hearts of Stone content.
Yes, 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 yes.
Man, I like
And-
I like Faust. I like the story of Faust.
Yeah.
Sure, Witcher. I'll play through a Witcher version of Faust. Man, that was great. That was great.
Yes.
Um,
What was your final decision?
final decision was Olgierd's not a good guy, but this other, but the Mirror Man is maybe literally the devil.
Yeah.
So, no.
Yep. That's pretty much it. Here you go. Lesser of two evils. That's almost like that's kind of a thing
A
in The
theme.
Witcher.
It's almost like that's a theme in Witcher.
It's almost like that's a theme of the lesser of two evils and making Geralt choose because he doesn't like doing that.
Yep.
I would rather not choose at all. It's like, well, what if?
But
Too
what if you
fucking bad.
did? What if we made it to where you had to choose?
Aw.
Dang it.
So here's the thing. Since I know I'm gonna do New Game Plus, I did let the Mirror Man take his soul
Mm-hmm.
just because I could get a reward, which is unlimited heavy alcohol for potion making.
Oh,
So I did kind of metagame there for a second,
a
where I'm
little
like,
bit.
this would be really nice for New Game Plus, though.
Yeah.
Even though the game gives you plenty of alcohol, this way I just don't need to loot every single crate or sack I come across.
And that's fair, but I find a little bit of enjoyment of gimme.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, fair. It's just like one thing that my brain doesn't need to keep track of.
fair enough. Fair enough.
I just have unlimited alcohol now. And even then, it's very hinted that it's like a monkey's paw trick where it's
Yeah.
the alcohol is so deadly that it could kill even a Witcher. Joke's on you. I'm using it for alchemy. I'm not actually going to drink it.
So yeah, that's great. And I found out it was $10 when it came out, which is insane because that whole thing took me like freaking 6, 7, 8 hours to get through.
Oh yeah, it's pretty chunky DLC. Onwards to the next one, by the way, which is
No, it's not
Again,
as big as the next one because I started Blood and Wine and it's a whole new area and it's huge and it's the best area in the game.
I know.
I've done some of the main quests, but I've also gotten real distracted with side quests. I went and ran into this guy who wanted to take pictures with his magic camera
Oh yeah.
to give to send to his daughter who is like crippled and stuck in bed.
Ooh.
And so he took some pictures of a panther that I helped out of a trap. Took pictures of giant centipedes. Took pictures of peacocks and then had to fight off the same giant centipedes. And then I got to keep one of the pictures to put in my house that I have now.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, that house is a money sink. I hadn't even gotten the second upgrade to the Hearts of Stone Enchanter guy, which was 10,000 gold. And I learned also that there's another one above that that's 15,000 gold, and this house is like, all right, first upgrade, 7,000 gold. Where am I gonna get this gold, man?
No, start playing Gwent, I guess.
I have been playing Gwent, but like most Gwent will just be like 100 gold. I'm gonna have to figure something out. I've started going up to people, and when they ask me to do something for them, I say, all right, now let's negotiate the price. Let's negotiate that.
I actually need money this time. So.
I need money now. I have a house that I have to pay off.
Let's see. Did you find the bank quest?
The what quest?
the bank quest
Bank quest. I don't think so. Not yet.
where you
anyway.
just go to a bank and then you go through filling out paperwork to try and reopen your account because you were dead there for a minute.
Was that in the base game?
I think it was in Blood and Wine.
If it's in Blood and Wine, no, I haven't gotten to it yet.
Okay. There's like a quest where like the bank is like Geralt remembers that he was supposed to get paid for a quest.
Nice.
So he goes to the bank to get like his money. They're like, "Oh, you don't have an account anymore because you were dead legally. You have to go downstairs to get this form." You go downstairs. Oh, the form is actually upstairs. You have to go upstairs. Oh, the teller is closed. You have to wait till they come back from lunch break.
You know, funnily enough, that literal situation was in a Doctor Who thing that I listened to this week, so this past time. So I'll talk about that later.
Amazing.
But anyway, so that's Witcher. I will continue on Blood and Wine. That's great. I can see why that until Shadow of the Erdtree, that was the highest rated DLC.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
It's great. So Oblivion Remastered came out, and and because of that, YouTube started recommending tons and tons and tons of Elder Scrolls videos to me. Including people who were like going through and doing weird stuff in Oblivion, or showing how Oblivion is secretly the funniest game ever made.
Yeah.
People like going through Morrowind and trying to figure that game out, and then people going through Skyrim and complaining because it's cool to hate Skyrim these days.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, it is.
I didn't
You
buy
do,
Oblivion Remastered because that's $50 that I could use for a sword at Scarborough if I end up going. I didn't play Oblivion regular because why would I do that when Remastered is out and it's basically the same game?
Like, yeah, just wait a year and then we'll get all the funny mods back again.
Yeah. I didn't play Morrowind because that's a
It's
crazy
Morrowind.
game for crazy people, and I don't have time to learn it yet.
So, who are you calling crazy? No, actually, fair.
So instead, I spent a bunch of time and downloaded a bunch of mods and got a mod organizer working for Skyrim. And I've been
Nice.
playing a decent amount of Skyrim.
Nice.
It's a good game. I have a few mods. I have an alternate start mod, so I can do like a bunch of different stuff. So my character started off in a shipwreck up in the north. So the first town I came to was Dawnstar, instead of way down in the south, over anywhere near Whiterun or any of that stuff. I have one, the unofficial patch, of course. I have Sky UI, of course. And then I have stuff that adds lines for all the companions so that they don't say the same stock lines over and over. Now they say the same 10 stock lines over and over. I got updated a bunch the clutter in dungeons, updated the meshes in the graphics, updated rope bridges so that they look like actual rope bridges and not like planks with some ropes there, I guess. And I got cloaks added because that's a whole extra set of armor that looks cool. So I'm running through as a battle archer because I'm gonna try not to just become a stealth archer.
But you're still using archery. That's a dangerous game.
I know. It's very difficult to resist the temptation to just start every fight with a stealth attack, with a sneak attack, because that's 2 times damage.
I was like, come on, you gotta give up 2 damage? Like, look at that.
But I've been doing pretty well with it. I have Lydia now, so she can run ahead and just beat the crap out of them and keep them away from me, so I just porcupine these guys.
Yeah.
I still have not gotten any farther in the main quest than I ever did on my, like, 2 attempts at Skyrim before. I have never even gotten... I fought the first dragon, and that was about it. I still haven't gotten to the next part of the main quest yet, but I'm farther, I'm closer, than the other times, so maybe that'll happen. The video essays I've been watching about Skyrim are helping because it keeps my interest. But yeah, that's a fun game. And now, of course, it is time, of course, for the Doctor Who Power Hour.
Woo.
It's a
Classic, tried and true.
very special edition of the Doctor Who Power Hour because I have come to the end of classic Doctor Who.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wait. Oh, so you got to the 7th now.
I got to 7. So last time I was on 6. I was on the last season of the 6th Doctor, the Trial of a Time Lord. And the whole season is jank because of the trial, because the trial has the story constantly being interrupted by the trial itself, because it has like stories where it's like, this is your past, Doctor, this is why you're a bad person, this is your present, this is why you're a bad person, and then the Doctor's like, well, this is my future, this is why I'm not a bad person. But the last time I had just finished the second of the 3 main stories in Trial of a Time Lord, where it seemed like Perry was killed, the companion. I don't care because Perry is a terrible companion. What a complete waste. And then we get that was the Valeyard's prosecution against the Doctor, and so the Doctor gives his defense, which is a story from his future. So we see a new companion who isn't introduced. He's already at that point in time. They've already been traveling together, and it's Mel Bush. She's a spunky redhead who's very, very cheerful, very chipper. She works better off the 6th Doctor because of that, because the 6th Doctor's very prickly, and her endless optimism that even overpowers that works a lot better than Perry's nothing. Although right at the end, Perry and the Doctor had good chemistry, but we got like one story with that, so So instead, it was a murder mystery on a ship that the Doctor and Mel end up on, and it turns out to be these plant creatures that are being created by this evil corporation or whatever, evil group that's trying to smuggle them or something, and it goes haywire, and there's people dying on the ship, and they have to figure out who's doing it and then how to stop it and all that stuff. And they do, of course. And then the last 2 episodes of the Trial of a Time Lord are the conclusion of that story. The first of those episodes is pretty good. It's actually pretty good, and it has the best moment of the 6th Doctor, one of the best moments for the Doctor as a character, where he finds out that this whole time all the weird stuff that's been going on in the background of the season was done by the Time Lords themselves to cover up a mistake they made.
Uh-oh.
As in they moved an entire planet, killing everyone on that planet because, oops, we gotta fix this. And so he just verbally tears them down in a great speech. It was legitimately very, very good. The Master shows up as a big part of the plot again because, of course, the guy who was playing the Master was on a yearly contract with the BBC to show up in every season of Doctor Who. At least at the time. Afterward he wasn't, but they did convince him to come back for 1 episode right towards the end. So that first episode was pretty good, and then the Doctor goes into this weird dimension to chase down the Valeyard, which it turns out is the evil version of the Doctor, somewhere between his last 2 regenerations. And so he chases him into an alternate dimension to fight him, and is followed by the Master, Mel, and I think there was like one other guy. Yeah, there was another guy who was kind of working for the Master, but not always. His loyalties are up in the air. And then that last episode was an absolute mess. Because the guy who originally wrote the episode left the show, and there was a bunch of legal stuff to where you cannot use his script. So they had to bring in some people to write a new episode, but they had lawyers standing over them the entire time, making sure that nothing was anywhere near close to that original script. So it's an absolute mess. And unfortunately for Colin Baker, it was his last episode on the show because he got fired.
Oof.
So you don't even get a regeneration with the Sixth Doctor. In the show, the Sixth Doctor's last words are, he's just muttering to himself, "carrot juice." Because Mel has a bit of a fitness gimmick in that episode where she's trying to keep the Doctor fit, so he's got to drink his carrot juice. It's really unfortunate. But don't worry, we get past the Sixth Doctor and into the Seventh Doctor. And the Seventh Doctor starts off with an absolute garbage heap of a season. There's a couple episodes that are okay, and that's it. The first one is Time and the Ronnie. It brings back a villain who was in one Sixth Doctor episode, and she's the best part of the episode because the actress kind of knew that this is a bit schlocky, but she's gonna have fun with it. And she at one point pretends to be Mel, and it's fun because the Doctor's still confused from his regeneration. Sylvester McCoy has no idea what he's supposed to do with the character, and the writers have no idea what they're supposed to do with the character at this point. So he's a bit like just a very generic Doctor, but he does like pantomime and goofy stuff like that. The Mel goes from being a decent foil to the Doctor to now being just generally positive and being just, again, another absolute nothing of a companion. The story itself is like, it's not great. Ugh. Next episode, though, is pretty fun. It's Paradise Towers. It's the one that you saw, Mitchell, with the apartment complex.
With the unaliving.
Yes.
Yes,
they say unalive.
We don't.
They say unalive.
One sec. I have a great photo I gotta share. Hold on, I gotta find it.
Boy.
One sec.
I don't know.
Boy.
It might take me a second to find it. Give me a sec.
All right.
All right.
Oh, there it is. It did not take me too long to find it, actually.
Oh.
Hold on. This is one of my favorite photos of recent memory.
Hold on.
I just read the
Oh,
first
no.
line.
No.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh.
That's painful. All right. Let me
We
see.
got unalive people before GTA 6 for me.
Our stream has to see this.
You gotta pull up the stream. Get that on camera.
Oh boy. The frickin' skull emojis at the end. I didn't even notice them the first time. You caused me pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paradise Towers is fun. It's an actually decent episode. There's a little hint of Seventh Doctor being a more scheming character when he tricks some of the guards by using their own rulebook against them, by pretending that lying to them and saying, "Oh, this rules are here. They say when you have a prisoner, you have to do this." Really? Yes, it says so right here. You have to do this, then you have to do this, and you have to do this, and you have to let me escape.
You have to. He's like, you have to unlock my cuffs and then leave the room for a minute.
Yes.
Don't worry about it.
Yes. And it's fun. It's a fun one. The next is Delta and the Bannermen. and they go to 1950s America.
Oh.
Or is it 1950s Britain? I can't remember. But they they get on like a tour bus that goes there, and well, the Doctor gets like the TARDIS and goes there. But there's a tour bus that goes there, but it's attacked by the Bannermen, and the Bannermen are these like mercenaries who are searching for someone. They're searching for a woman named, as we now know, Delta, and she's like the last of an alien race or something, and she has like an egg for the next generation. And the Doctor has to save them from the Bannermen. And there's another character who could have been, who they were considering making a companion at one point, but they decided against it and went with another character who will be in the next episode. It's fine. It's fine. Although there is one point where the Doctor, like Mel and another character are being held captive. They're being held hostage by the Bannermen. The Doctor goes up to the Bannermen, yells at them, tells them off, then says, "All right, we're leaving," and then takes his friends and just starts walking away, and gets really far before the lead Bannerman says, "Wait," and then they point their guns at him. Like, he almost got away. It was dumb. That's that. Next was Dragonfire. Takes place on Ice World, which is not a planet. It is a ship that's like a asteroid or something. And it's fun. It's okay. It does introduce Ace, and it's where Mel leaves. And
Okay.
Mel leaves. It's okay. She was a nothing character anyway. The story itself it's fun. Again, it has a decent introduction for Ace, and they managed to just barely not go too far with her being a kid and having like kid dialogue, like teenage dialogue. You know, old man writing a teenager dialogue.
Oh yeah.
They managed to not go too far into that. And also Sophie Aldred, the actress, was like in her early 20s at that point, so she manages to not go, too far in that direction either. And then right at the end when Mel leaves, it was going to be just goodbye, I guess, but then Sylvester McCoy asked if he could have like a moment there, and so he says a little speech that was his audition speech. Actually, it just never showed up in the show until that point, and he just put it in there, and it's a really, really good moment. Just talking about how people just come and go through his life, and he just goes on. It was really nice. Then after that, all of a sudden the show's good again, and it's really, really, really good. Like, the next season is one of the best seasons of the entire show. It's fantastic. We start off with an absolute classic, Remembrance of the Daleks, which is one of the best Dalek episodes, and just generally one of the best episodes in classic Doctor Who. The Doctor is all of a sudden a completely different character in a very good way. He's scheming. He's got constantly working with these plans, and he's playing it more off the cuff than he's letting on. But every scene he's in, he acts like he has a plan, and it's great. There's a really good moment right at the beginning where they're in like the 1940s or 50s, no 40s. Yeah, I think it's the late 40s. And the whole thing is a bit of an allegory for, or at least one of the big themes is racism, and it doesn't really shy away from hey, people in the 1940s were a little bit racist, just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's Ace is the one who deals with a lot of that because she's dealing with more of the humans. But the Doctor is dealing with the Daleks, and when the Daleks show up, there's a really good scene that just establishes his and Ace's relationship really well, where the Doctor says, "Hand me that nitroglycerin that you're not carrying, that you didn't bring with you," and she pulls it out of her backpack and gives it to him. So he specifically told her earlier, "Don't take the explosives. Leave them in the TARDIS." But then he expects her to have disobeyed him. It's great. It's great. There's a part where Ace uses a super-powered baseball bat to beat down a Dalek and kill it. It's great.
Nice.
And the whole thing is the Doctor is no, it wasn't the 1950s. It was 1963 because that was the year the show first aired, and it's specifically that year because he's reenacting a plan that the first Doctor set in motion, where he brought a Time Lord artifact, and what the Doctor now is trying to do is take that artifact, have the Daleks take it to their home planet, and then it's going to blow them up. But he didn't expect but there's two factions of Daleks, and he didn't expect that. There's a Dalek civil war going on. And he has to make sure that the right faction ends up with the artifact. And it's fascinating. And then right at the end, Davros, the creator of the Daleks, of course, shows himself, and the Doctor talks to him over a video and says, "No, don't take it, Davros. You're making a huge mistake." And Davros takes the artifact anyway and sends it to Skaro, the planet, and it blows it up and sends like a chain reaction coming back to Davros's ship, and it has Davros screaming, "Doctor, please pity me." And the Doctor says, "I have pity for you," and hangs up the call. It's great. It's such a great moment. The Doctor's suddenly a bit of a darker character, and I'm enjoying it. The next was an episode called The Happiness Patrol, which is supposed to be a critique of the Thatcher administration, but I don't know anything about the UK politics in the 80s. And from what I've heard, I know the actress for one of the main villains specifically based her performance on Margaret Thatcher, but a lot of people who I've seen comments from people who lived in the 80s and are like, yeah, no, it's trying to criticize it, but it's off point. So I have no idea. I'm not British. I'm not from the 80s. But it's a good episode. It's a bit unfocused, but it's good. It has a villain called the Candyman, and if you just look at pictures of the Candyman, it looks like the most embarrassing special effect you've ever seen, but he's actually really freaking creepy.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get y'all a picture of the Candyman, because it's.
All right, I was definitely gonna Google it.
Let's see. Here's a good one. Here's a good one. There it is.
Oh, he just looks like a silly little guy.
He looks like a silly little guy. Put together with glue and cardboard.
Oh. Look at him.
Look at him. Like, what's he gonna do? What's
He's
he
gonna
do
turn
to
you into candy.
Oh, so he's like Boo from Dragon Ball Z.
a little bit. But yeah, it's a very good episode, and it again has a lot of good characterization for Ace, because the whole society they go to is very much, you have to be happy all the time, and if not, well, we can't have unhappy people around here. And even if people are visiting, they're like, well, we don't, you still gotta be happy. You still have to follow our rules and be happy.
So they just make the Candyman creepy with like his dialogue.
Yeah, they make him creepy with his dialogue. His voice is goofy, but also kind of off-putting. It has that kind of almost like an uncanny valley a little bit, and
Okay.
he doesn't really make jokes. He's very serious the whole time, and he's just like, yeah, I turn people into candy. That's what I do.
So if you're not happy enough, you get turned into candy.
Yeah, you get sent to me, and I turn you into candy.
That's just what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
The next episode was Silver Nemesis, which is the episode of the season. It was actually supposed to be the 40th, no, 20th or 30th anniversary. Can't remember. But it has the Cybermen because of that, and it's a bad Cyberman episode because you could replace them with literally any other monster, and it'd be just as good or maybe better. It does have one dumb part where Ace, the Cybermen have a weakness to gold, so at one point Ace uses a slingshot to sling gold coins into Cybermen and kill them. Yeah, it's kind of dumb.
Hmm.
The story itself is fun enough. It was written by some guy who had never seen Doctor Who and never written TV before, and for some reason he got given the anniversary episode. So because of that, despite all that, he did a decent job. It's not terrible. It's just not great. It's got a few different factions trying to get this artifact. It's got the Cybermen going for it. It's got some neo-Nazis going for it, like actual neo-Nazis. It's got a evil lady from the Elizabethan era who managed to use blood magic to time travel into the future.
Cool.
Which is weird for Doctor Who. It gets kind of explained in a later episode that it was probably this thing instead, but whatever. For the sake of this episode, it was blood magic. And of course, the Doctor is trying to make sure that it doesn't land in the wrong hands. There is, in this episode and in Remembrance of the Daleks, a bit of an implication that the Doctor is more than what he says he is, that he's more than just a regular Time Lord. And that goes into the guy who became the script editor, Eric Cartmel. There's an infamous Cartmel master plan where he was going to be one of the founders of Gallifrey and not just a regular Time Lord. And from everything I've heard of the plan, it sounds really dumb, and I'm glad it didn't get put through. Especially because in the 13th Doctor era, they did the same thing, and it's just awful. They actually did it, and it's bad. Except that they somehow did it even worse. Because that's just the writing of that era is... Ugh. But anyway, moving on. Is my favorite of the 7th Doctor episodes, The Greatest Show in the Galaxy. It's about a performing troupe, and they're putting on a performance, but they have these overlords that they work with that are constantly demanding more and more of them, and they're constantly having to scramble to meet those demands over and over. Which is definitely not an allegory for the show at the time. Definitely not.
Definitely.
But no, it's a really good episode. It's the Galactic Circus or Universal Circus, I can't forget. It's on this planet. The Doctor and Ace go there, and things are not quite right. Things are weird. And they find out that the circus, someone in the circus made a deal with some eldritch nightmare that is constantly demanding more entertainment from them, and they're desperately trying to figure it out. And they bring people in and they put them in the show, and then if they impress the judges, if they impress the eldritch overlords, they survive, and if not, they get killed. And so the end of the story is the Doctor Ace and some other people are trying to do something to stop them, while the Doctor just performs for them, and it's Sylvester McCoy doing a bunch of slapstick magic tricks and vaudeville stuff, and he's just killing it the whole time. It's great. There's also all the villains are done very well, but there's one guy, the lead clown. His performance is phenomenal. There's so many little details to it. It's just the perfect amount of over the top. But there's a lot of little details where he'll speak in a different voice to different characters. It's great. It's great. I love it. After that was the last season of Doctor Who, of classic Doctor Who. We start off with an episode called Battlefield, which has a lot of Arthurian influence in it. Basically, there's like an alternate universe where the Arthurian people are real, and it's starting to leak into the real world. And the Doctor, some other incarnation, fought this version of like Morgan Le Fay or whatever, and he's now having to deal with her wanting revenge on him, but he doesn't know who she is, so he has to deal with all that. And there's like a knight who comes in on Arthur's side, and there's knights using guns, which is a lot of fun.
Oh, sweet.
It's great. And there's the Brigadier shows up, and he's fun as well. We also see his wife for the first time, which is fun. And yeah, it's good. It's not great, but it's good. After that is Ghostlight, my favorite episode of this season. It's Doctor Who doing a haunted house story.
Okay,
which I'm
this might be
shocked
the
that
one
they
I've
never
seen.
did before. New Who, Modern Who has a few haunted house stories, but Classic Who didn't, and I'm surprised they didn't, because it works great for classic Doctor Who. You only have a few sets, so you don't have to spend a ton of money, and you don't have to have a ton of effects either. So you don't have to spend a ton of money.
Okay, I might have also seen this one.
Oh,
Maybe.
Ghostlight is great. It's the Doctor taking Ace to the house that she burned down in her childhood because what was it? There was a situation where a friend of hers was like bullied, and I believe it either explicitly or implicitly stated that it was for racial reasons, and she ran and hid in a house, and the house freaked her out. She had like just a premonition that there was something evil about the house, so she burnt it down.
Mm-hmm.
And the Doctor took her to that house like in the 1800s because he's a very nice guy, this Doctor.
Very nice guy. Here, relive your trauma.
Yes, very nice. But it's great. It's really weird. It's a really, really weird episode. There is a freaking Neanderthal butler.
Yeah, I definitely saw this one. It was weird, but I kind of enjoyed it.
I love the weird episodes of Classic Who. So this is up there. This is one of my favorites. I love it. Then was an episode called The Curse of
Wasn't like
Fenric.
the
Well, what?
main villain's motivation basically like I keep trying to make a field guide of life on Earth, but it keeps evolving too fast.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
just gonna turn everything back into primordial soup.
Yes, the villain right at the end is like, I've been trying to I've cataloged the entirety of Earth's wildlife, and then but then you guys had to go and evolve, so now I have to redo it all over again. I'm gonna just, you know what? You're just all going back to primordial soup.
And then boom, my job's over.
Then I'm done. I've got it. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that
that's
was
great.
a fun episode.
Great episode. After that was The Curse of Fenric, which is another Ace-focused episode. There's a trend here, and it's that Ace is actually the main character of the show now.
Ah,
Hmm.
And whoa, that's some thunder.
Oh my.
Right when I talk about The Curse of Fenric, oh no.
Ooh.
Ominous.
Curse of Fenric takes place during World War II, and it's in this small little village in, I think, like England or Scotland, somewhere in there, and
I mean, probably.
and these Russian soldiers are like there's like a small military base there, and these Russian soldiers are trying to infiltrate into it, and it of course it traumatizes this whole situation traumatizes Ace more because there's the villain is Fenric, and it's this creature that comes every like so often and is trying to destroy the world in some way. I forget how. But he can only come in with when there's someone with the blood of Fenric, and he creates like vampires and things like that. Not the space vampires; those are specific, but he creates vampires in all but name.
Oh.
And I would say they're more water vampires. But but there's also another weird alien there that like can be, or the alien there can be defeated by pure faith. If you have complete faith in something, it can't get close to you. And so at the end, there's a part where a character has been taken over by Fenric and is about to like get out and take over the world or whatever, and the Doctor is trying to let the alien who gets stopped by Faith go and defeat him because he can't because the alien can do it, but Ace doesn't know the plan. So she's standing in the way and saying, "I have faith in you, Doctor. He can't get past me." And so the Doctor breaks her faith in him by saying, I knew everything. You think I would travel around with someone like you? You couldn't even pass chemistry. I'm only using you." Which breaks her faith in him, and then the alien is able to move past her and defeat Fenric. They unfortunately don't really deal with that all that much. There's like a very short scene, but it's more dealing with the fact that Ace accidentally met her mother as a baby, but she has a very, very, very strained relationship with her mother. So it was more dealing with that than the Doctor breaking her faith in him. But it was still pretty good. Still a very, very good episode. It's a fan favorite. I prefer Ghostlight, but it's still very, very good. And then the last episode is Survival. Ironically, the last episode of classic Doctor Who is called Survival. But the Doctor and Ace go back to Ace's hometown. Again, Ace is actually the main character of the show now. And the hometown is being attacked. People are disappearing. There's these cats that are just showing up, and then people will just disappear. And Ace gets caught by one of them. She turns around, and instead of it being a cat there, it's a leopard person on a horse. It is a furry on a horse.
Oh, that's what they're supposed to get around.
I mean, I don't know. Like the makeup was originally intended to be much more human with some leopard parts, no, they're cheetah men. But with some cheetah parts to it. But it ended up just being complete cheetah face on a human body. So but the cheetah man catches Ace and sends her to another planet. And so the Doctor eventually makes his way there too, and it's the Cheetah Man's planet, but it is slowly getting destroyed. But of course, the Master's there trying to manipulate the Cheetah Men. And this is this version of the Master's best performance. I generally don't really like him, but in this episode, I think he's done very well. It's a lot more subtle and not so mustache twirly. And so there's a whole thing where if you go too far, or if you allow the Cheetah Man planet to affect you too much, it turns you into a Cheetah Man. Okay. And Ace starts to get taken over by that. But the Cheetah Men are the only way that you can get back they can get back to Earth, because they have some kind of connection to Earth at this point. So they kind of have to let Ace go in that direction so they can get back to Earth. And then there's a real dumb part where the Doctor is, or a memeable part where the Doctor is back on the planet as it's blowing up. It's like the volcanoes are erupting everywhere, and he's fighting the Master in like I think it was a fist fight basically, and he just stands up and shouts to the sky, "If we fight like animals, we'll die like animals." And then right after that, he gets transported back to Earth, still screaming, "If we fight like animals, we'll die like animals," in the middle of a suburban Britain street.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It's great. It's great. And then the episode ends. There's a part where Ace thinks the Doctor might have died, and his hat and umbrella are there, and she grabs the umbrella and puts the hat on her head, symbolically saying that she can take over for the Doctor if he's gone. But then, of course, the Doctor steps up behind her, and they walk off into the sunset. It's not a sunset, but it's and because they found out after the episode was produced that the show was being quote unquote put on hiatus, they knew it was going to be the last episode. So Sylvester McCoy, so the writer, wrote a little speech for the Doctor. Sylvester McCoy came in and recorded it, and it's a very, very nice speech to end the show on. And that is the end of classic Doctor Who. It's an absolutely unique show. There's nothing else like it in the world, and I love it. And I'm gonna go back and mop up the episodes I skipped over, or the ones that the BBC lost, and I'm gonna watch those. But the Doctor Who Power Hour is not over, because I also listened to some Doctor Who episodes. There's one called Caer Droya. It's the beginning of the end of the alternate universe storyline with the 8th Doctor. He and the companions go to a place called Caer Droya, which is supposed to be the home of the people in charge of everything. And at one point, the Doctor gets split into 3 different Doctors. They're all still the 8th Doctor, but one is a very happy, ethereal 8th Doctor. One is a very morose, melancholy 8th Doctor, and one is normal 8th Doctor. So that's fun. It's fun to have Paul McGann playing off of himself. And despite it only being audio, it works. You can tell the difference between them.
Okay.
So that was fun. The next was The Next Life, which is the end of the alternate universe storyline. It is long. It is like 3 hours long. It is the big culmination of the arc. So it has the kind of like Zagreus way back was. It's big and long. It is way more comprehensible than Zagreus, and also way less experimental, and not nearly as ambitious, and not as memorable because of that. But it was still fun. After that was The Juggernauts, which instead of continuing on the cliffhanger where the 8th Doctor and his companions are held up by the Daleks right after they get out of the alternate universe, we go with the 6th Doctor and Mel. But they're dealing with the Daleks. Basically, they crash land on a planet, and the Daleks capture the Doctor and say, "Davros is on this planet. We want you to capture him." So this is bridging the gap between. This is kind of bridging the gap between some Dalek episodes in the classic series. And what Davros is doing on this planet is he is making what he calls juggernauts, and they're actually, I think, mechons, which are a First Doctor monster, but he calls them juggernauts, and he's making them to be Dalek killing machines. Because he wants to rid the galaxy of the Daleks.
I'm tired of the Daleks backstabbing him.
Yes, he's tired of the Daleks backstabbing him. But of course, the juggernauts are made with human brains and human nervous systems. because it can't ever. Davros can't ever do anything unabashedly good. That'd be ridiculous. And that is actually all the Doctor Who I've listened to. So the Doctor Who Power Hour is finished. After I finished Doctor Who, I was craving something else British, and so I watched the entirety of Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. Have any of you seen Garth Marenghi's Dark Place?
I have not.
Haven't seen it, but I've heard of it.
It is one of the funniest shows I've ever seen in my life. It is, the whole concept is, it's this horror writer, Garth Marenghi, who writes just absolute crap horror novels, had a TV show back in the 80s called Dark Place. And it was lost. It only aired in Peru for some reason. But he's got all the episodes now, and so he's intersplicing them with interviews with him and his agent, and then eventually one of the actors. And it's absolutely hilarious. It's all on YouTube. Every episode's on YouTube. You should watch it.
I'll have to check it out then.
I also, at years of recommendations and then the specific recommendation of my friend Kevin, started watching The IT Crowd.
Oh, hey.
That's a good show. That's a real funny show.
Real good.
It also lets me use my BritBox subscription even more, so that's good. But that's a very funny show.
Yeah. It's like there was a Matt Berry.
Matt Berry. I haven't gotten to Matt Berry yet. Matt Berry is in Dark Place. He's one of the funniest parts of Dark Place.
Nice.
I will say, this is a much more relaxed watch than Dark Place, because Dark Place has a ton of visual gags that you kind of have to be watching for.
Yeah.
Because they're very subtle. It'll be like, oh, it'll be like, oh, the dialogue in this shot is really poorly dubbed over. And that's like half the joke. Whereas IT Crowd, it's a regular comedy. I can look away for a second and come back, and I didn't really miss all that much. But it's very funny. I watched through the entire first season in like almost one sitting, because it's British TV, so it's like 6 episodes.
Yep.
And then I saw the first episode of season 2, which is absolutely hilarious. They go to the theater on
the theater episode.
Yes. They go to the theater because the girl, I forget her name, wants to go on a date with a guy who is definitely not gay. And he takes her to the theater to see a gay musical. And it's everything you could want it to be. It's so funny. But yeah, I started the next episode, but I had to stop before I got anywhere. And then I looked and I saw the first shot of the episode, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's where this meme comes from?
What meme are you thinking about?
The guy walking to a window, opening the window, and jumping out.
You're almost to Matt Berry.
Oh, I can't wait. Anyway, that show's good. I'm gonna keep watching that. I believe that is it. Wait, no, I did read a bit more of a few more stories in the Dubliners, the James Joyce short story collection. One was called Evelyn, where this girl has a horrible life in her dumb Irish town, and is falling in love with this guy who's gonna take her away. But then right at the end, right when she's about to go on the boat with him and he's holding out his hand for her, she gets cold feet and stays home. That's the story. There was another one, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. Yeah. Okay, that's it. That's it for me. Oh, wait. I kickstarted a while ago the Monty Python and the Holy Grail board game.
Hey.
And I played that with my brother. And it's fun. I think it's going to be better and more silly with more people. With just the two of us, it played like a very straight board game with a couple of goofy things in here and there. But the goofy things, I think, will be there a lot more when you play with multiple people.
Okay.
That's it. We never did figure out how to end these episodes, did we?
Never did, no.
But
Make
hey,
sure to like and subscribe, comment,
Alright.
smash
Alright.
that like button.
Smash that like button, ring that notification bell,
Hello?
and
Is anyone there?
comment
I
your
need a
favorite
gun.
part underneath.
To shoot myself.
If you want Mitchell to shoot himself, comment below. Leave a comment. If you don't, leave a
Comment.
comment.
Please don't.
Don't.
Thanks for
Tag
tuning
me and
in.
say kill yourself down in the comments below.
Fancast. I hope you all will enjoy my next smutty work.
And that's what we end on. That's when the outro goes. See, it's bookend. I'm going, if you know, now that you've said that, I'm going to actively not do that and enjoy the show.